Hey Cheryl, how are you doing? Good, how you doing? Yeah, Daisy seems to be doing better, thanks. I did get different glasses, but you know what? They're not working. These are my old ones. Yeah, I got these new ones here. They don't work at all, Cheryl. These things were $750, man. I can't even like do it, drive in them. It's the second pair they gave me too. I don't know what the place is. Here's the new pair. You know, these things aren't working at all. Can't like they say it takes time to get used to them. I tried for 3 days, and it didn't do me any good. So I'm sure they're gonna. I just honestly, I didn't want to deal with it. Call them up, tell them they're still not working that good. Yeah, this is the new pair, but I can't like it's blurry like in any way. It's crazy. I don't know. I wish I could tell you. Yeah, I've had it happen before, but not in a long time. I mean, even like they're trifocals, so even I know I'm looking out the wrong, way. Like I give you an example, like these, I'm looking out the middle where I should be looking at. Where those are brand new glasses, I'm looking out the top, which should be used for further away. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? Hey, now, baby doll. Yeah, it's a real pain in the butt. I'll tell you that. Sure is. Yeah. Excuse me. Hey, now, hey, baby doll. How are you? Yeah, I wasn't gonna come on, and I'll be honest with you. I had somebody that I know through YouTube, and yeah, I'm feeling better from a cold, but really the reason I came on is because there was a person that I know that I did share. Yeah. I struggle with this damn chronic depression, and it has really been bad for about the last week. I don't even know why I'm really talking about it, but somebody I know asked me about it, and they said we ought to go on. There's people that like to talk about that on YouTube, and actually, I set up another YouTube channel called the Depression Channel, and we tried it for a while. But what would happen is people would get off subject before you know you weren't talking about depression anymore. And that's why, so I thought, well, she said, evidently this lady wanted to do a StreamYard. I thought, yeah, I'd do that if you wanted to. Daisy was good today, but she had kind of a setback, the day before. So she seemed pretty good today. I mean, I shaved all her hair off. She likes it better this way. I think she does, yeah. So, oh man, I've really had a hard time lately. Sorry about that, not you, baby doll. Has this been like a lifelong struggle for you? You tried, different medications and things? I had a psychiatrist tell me a long time ago that it got worse as you got older, and I can vouch for that. I just wonder if part of getting worse is because you're just that further down the road without much relief. Oh, sorry about that, Sharon. Yeah, that's how I am. Can't shake back to reality. Yep, isn't that the truth? Well, that's two of us. Yeah, it sucks. I got some packages I still have to get to some people. Somebody was asking me about visiting. Somebody just emailed me and they have 1 year sober clean. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? How's it going? Somebody was telling me how expensive properties got up out in Idaho. Hey, Dave, how you doing? How's it going? I think properties got expensive everywhere. It's crazy what houses are selling for. Yeah, I was trying to. I didn't have that Bimbo Barbarella. Somebody wanted her to interview them on a channel, and I didn't have her email. So if you're on there and you're talking to her, have her email me. How's it going down there, Dave? Yeah, that's how I am, not you, baby. No kidding, huh? You too, huh? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Isn't that crazy, Jeremy? Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. Yeah, I've been kind of down the dumps for a while, Deborah. Yeah, very expensive. Hey, Tammy, how you doing? How's it going? Tammy? What kind of weather are they getting down there in the next couple days near you? Do you know? We're supposed to get 70 tomorrow, I think. Oh, 32. Okay. You're still young yet. I mean, they've always said over the years that, they get more and more breakthroughs, but God. Oh, not too much, Deborah. Got a few things done today. It was actually not a bad day today, and then it got cold in the evening. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. 80. Wow, no kidding, huh? Crazy. Isn't that nuts? Yeah, I figured it. Is that 80 tomorrow? Yeah, we were about 50 today. Oh, cool. Are you going to videotape that, Dave? You're going to record that? Video record it? I'm dating myself. I still talk about videotaping. Oh, okay. Not you, baby. Sure. Oh, good. Great. Look forward to seeing that. 80, is it, Dave? Wow. Yeah, it's coming our way. Good. Yeah, that's good. I don't know. Friday's generally not a. 80 degrees. Wow. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Mark, I didn't hear from Bimbo. So if you happen to cross paths with her, give her my email. Yeah, they have a super rough life. No, it's not easy. No, you're right about that, Deborah. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't know that many people that can do it. They're up for a week at a time sometimes, if you can believe that. Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, the kid thing. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. Uh, she told me that she kind of just decided she didn't want that lifestyle, left the clothes in the dryer, just headed out and never went back. And really, if you look at some of the people that I've interviewed that are come from backgrounds like that, the kids are better off without them. Yeah, it is. It is. Controls your life. Sure does. Oh, okay, Mark. Oh, thank you. Okay. I keep forgetting about that wrestling thing. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for trying. Hey, Samantha, how you doing? No, you didn't miss anything. No, I just got on a little while ago. Just kind of got on, not planning to. No, I know it works different ways for different people. Yeah, I know what you mean, Deborah. Yeah, other people say that as well. Yeah, it's like no, one surefire way. You can see all sorts of different examples that way. No, it's hard not to sometimes. I know. You'd wonder, on one hand, you're wondering how they'd bring kids in. Oh, thanks, Mark. You'd wonder how you bring kids in on one hand to the world and then leave them, and on the other hand, people change their minds. I mean, in a weird way, I give them credit because the kids are living better lives without their parents. It's true. Oh, that's cool, Mark. Good. That's good. Yeah, cool. Finishing off this last brandy I have. I don't really care for it, but it did seem to help. I don't know if I was just getting better or there is something to brandy. Evidently there is. I looked it up and it said there is. Yeah. That was fun the other night, Mark. I thought we had a good time there. Yeah, I think they are, yeah. Oh, that's interesting, Dave. Oh, that makes sense. So what do you have, neoprene on? Like a wetsuit? What do you expect the water temperatures to be? Hey, Keith, how you doing? Oh, good for you. You have a good time down there. Yeah, definitely go to Greektown. You'll want to, if you get a chance, go to the Detroit Institute of Arts. Absolutely fantastic, even if you have to rush through it. Yeah, as long as you're down around the downtown area, there's a lot of nice things to do. But I definitely suggest the Detroit Institute of Arts and go down to Greektown. A lot of nice restaurants down there. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's good. I haven't been down there in a long time myself. Jeff, it's not that strong though. It's only 80 proof. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, thank you. How you doing? Yeah, that girl actually got charged with manslaughter. Do you remember the name on that, Debbie? She's in prison right now. She put a newborn in a trash can. Yeah, Detroit Riverwalk too. Yeah, I was going to mention that. Yep, you're right. FBS is right. Detroit Riverwalk is good too. Yep. Get down there and check it out. Yeah, Detroit Riverwalk, Greektown, and the Art Institute. Oh, it's interesting, Dave. No kidding. It'll keep you that warm that long. Oh, good, Jeff. Great. Cool. I don't know what the deal is with not getting notices on some of these YouTube channels. Oh, here's Anthony.
Hey, Tom.
Anthony, I think your microphone's muted. He doesn't have that great of a connection where he's at.
Hey, Tom.
How you doing? Anthony, I think your microphone's muted.
Tom, can you hear
He
me?
doesn't have that great of a connection. Muted.
Tom, how are you?
No sound. How you doing?
How are you doing, Tom?
No sound, Chris.
No sound. Tom, can you hear me?
Doesn't have that great of a connection.
Muted.
Tom,
No sound.
Yeah. Hey, Patricia, how you doing? How's it going?
No sound, Chris.
can you hear me now?
Doesn't have that great of a connection. Muted. No sound.
Yeah.
Hey, Patricia, how you doing?
I think what I'm going to do down the road when I start doing some interviews again is I'm just gonna buy food and stuff.
Can you
It
hear
just
me?
didn't really work out that great. Chris, there's no sound.
I think what I'm going to do.
I wonder why.
Start doing some interviews.
Yeah, no sound.
I'm just going to buy food and stuff.
You can hear them both?
It didn't really work out that great. Chris, there's no sound.
I can hear you.
You're kidding me.
I wonder why.
Yeah, no
What the hell
sound.
is wrong with this thing?
I hear you fine.
You can hear them both.
I don't hear anything.
Chris, there's no sound.
I can hear you.
You're kidding me.
Why?
What the hell is wrong with this thing?
I hear you fine.
You can hear them both. I don't hear anything.
Huh. I never had this happen before. Loud and clear? Really? You can hear both of us? What the hell is going on here? Let me look. Say something, Chris. Nope, I still can't hear him. What the hell is the problem here? I've never had this happen. I did have a hard time logging on, though, I'll tell you that. You can hear both of us, huh? Hey, Anthony, how you doing? Yeah, what the hell is going on here? Now both people are off. Huh. Audio. It must be a...
Testing the speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working. Have a great show. Testing the speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working. Have a great...
Yeah, they're working. The speakers are working.
Now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Wonder
Oh,
what-
now you can?
I hear you fine.
Oh, I just clicked on the link again. I closed it out and just kept clicking.
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
How you doing?
I hear you fine.
Oh, I just clicked on the link again. I closed it out and just kept clicking.
Yeah. I think you might have a YouTube on the background, though.
Now it's off. I just closed it out.
Oh, thank you. Okay, good.
How are you doing tonight? How's your
Pretty
day?
good.
How was your
okay.
day today?
Good. Got a few things done. What kind of temperatures you get down there today?
80.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're supposed to get 80 to 70, and Detroit's supposed to get 80.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, good.
Sometimes the internet can be kind of wacky sometimes. Just got to be patient.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened on the audio like that.
Are you on a laptop or a desktop?
Laptop.
Okay, you have a Windows 10?
I do, yeah.
Oh, okay, Windows 10. Have you put a Windows 11 on yours yet?
No, I don't meet the system requirements. I want to get a new desktop. I just haven't done it yet.
Oh, I got an HP all-in-one.
How do you like it?
Oh, I love it. It's all in one. It's great.
Good.
There's no monitor. There's no tower or nothing. I hate those computers with towers. All those wires and cords everywhere,
Yeah. Good for you. How long you had that?
About 2 years, I paid $240 out the door for it.
That's cheap.
And they have it at Walmart for like $400 right now.
Oh, good for you.
I get a lot of good deals around here.
Do you?
I clean rooms out here, and I get all kinds of shit that they don't want or they'll throw in the trash. I'll just take the shit.
Oh, good for you.
Hell yeah. They're gonna throw this away, and I got it I took it. Hard
Oh.
shuffler.
Wow.
So yeah, a little warm today. I have a feeling we're going to be in for a brutal summer here because it can get so brutal down here in the summer. Especially June and July. It's horrible here.
Oh, yeah. I've heard it gets pretty hot down there,
The humidity, it comes up from Texas. We get a lot of that humidity from Texas,
Yeah, yep.
To see now.
I'm trying to think of the name of that girl. She'd had a baby and she put it in the trash bin and ended up getting sentenced to prison. What was her name?
We'll hear about that one thing, that incident in New York where that guy killed his girlfriend, and he put her in a suitcase.
No.
Over it was domestic because she was breaking up with him.
Oh wow.
And he stabbed her like 50 times or something.
Yeah.
This crime is getting so out of control all over the country. The crime is
No. Yeah, it is.
getting everywhere. It's getting bad. Everywhere our crime is down. In 5 years, crime is down in Branson. It's way down.
Well,
5 years in a row, crime is down here.
Oh wow.
We just don't have those issues here.
Yeah.
We just don't.
Yeah. Good.
I mean, we have car break-ins, but it's little things like that. But we don't have murders here. We don't have any of that shit. You don't hear about shit like that here.
Yeah, it's good. Good. What do they got? An active police department or what?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, very active here.
Oh, okay.
But you got to remember, we get a lot of tourists, so they don't base it off of that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we get 10 million visitors, they don't base that off of our crime. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They get that many visitors, huh?
10 million a year.
Jeez.
10 million, yeah.
Wow. Well, they've done a good job marketing it.
Well, Missouri, is connected to 6 states because Missouri's like dead in the center. You look at we got 6 states are connected to Missouri. So that's why, a lot of people come here because it's affordable and it's cheaper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Instead of going halfway across the country to California, when you can just come to Branson and watch, what I mean, too. So,
yeah, a lot of people are leaving California.
Oh, the homeless problem. I've seen some of the videos on YouTube about the homeless problem down there. Oh my God.
Isn't that something?
Tent City, USA. I can't imagine living there, having that right outside your door.
I know.
Every morning waking up to that shit.
Yeah.
I bet you you'd get a lot of interviews down there now.
Probably could,
Oh, I can imagine all the interviews you'd get and all the stories.
Yeah.
Man, that's a serious. Well, you got to remember, look at the cost of the living there.
Yeah.
People can't afford it.
No, they can't. Nope.
It's getting to be. I don't know how try to live in this country it's through the roof today. Even trying to live anywhere, it's so costly now. No,
yeah, you're right.
Even a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom apartment is just so goddamn expensive today.
Yeah.
It's insane,
Yeah, you're right about that, Chair. It was Jennifer. Yeah.
And then you figure if you have bad credit, that puts a halt on you, stops you. And then if you're a felon, then you can't get an apartment. Then what do you do?
Yeah, no, it's true.
I mean, how do you feel about these people that don't pay child support are considered a felon? I don't think that's right. I have a problem with that.
I didn't realize that happened that way.
Yeah, if you don't pay child support, it's considered a felon, and you can sit in jail for that.
Really? I always thought it was a misdemeanor.
No, oh God, no, it ain't no misdemeanor. Oh God. And I don't think it's right, because how are these people going to get out and you know what I mean, and can't even support their children, get a job? Yeah, right. They at the Branson Landing, they hire a lot of felons here. They hire a lot of these felons, but they get a kickback for it. They get paid. You know what I mean? They get a kick for it.
What's the incentive there? Just so they can get gainful employment?
What is it? I know that they hire felons. I mean, they get a kick. I don't know what I don't know. I don't really know what they get out of it, but they get something.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Huh.
So you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. Yeah.
That's good.
Had it today be my 8th day.
So you glad this COVID mask mandate's pretty much over? Or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I sure am, man. It's nice to see the numbers ticking down a lot of places, Yeah.
Did you wear a mask a lot when you went out, or?
No, because I got vaccinated, which doesn't mean you shouldn't wear a mask. Did you get vaccinated?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. You can go in a medical facility now, and
they legalized marijuana in New Jersey yesterday.
Oh, they did.
Yep, it's legal recreational use now in New Jersey. Yep.
Oh wow. I'm surprised an East Coast state like that it didn't happen sooner.
But I think eventually it's going to be like that all over. Eventually, at some point. I mean, really.
Yeah. It's still so weird. It's still so weird though how it's illegal on a national level.
Yeah. 20, 30 years ago, you'd get busted, sit in jail for it. Now it's not even a big deal anymore. Now.
No, I know. The interesting thing about that is, smelling the smell of marijuana when the cops did a traffic stop gave them probable cause to search a vehicle.
Right.
And that's taking a big giant card out of their deck.
I did it 20, 30 years ago, and I did. I'm not saying I'm not ashamed of it, but I don't do it anymore. I don't even like the smell of it anymore. It smells like
I never liked the smell. I never smoked marijuana. I took some tried some gummies, but it wasn't for me.
It smells like skunk.
Yeah, that's what I think it smells like.
I hate that smell. It did used to 20, 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But now it does.
You got shot up with so much shit.
And I certainly don't think that people should be sitting in jail for it either.
No. Look at this, $5.35 a gallon for gas in Idaho.
It's $3.58 a gallon here right now.
Yeah, we're about $3.99.
Whoa.
Yep.
How much is the fill up now?
Well, I'm driving this other van, so about $60, but the Astro van was $85.
Oh my gosh.
You don't drive that much, do you?
I don't even own a vehicle.
Oh, you don't?
Never had a license. Nope.
You're kidding.
Nope.
You've never had a driver's license?
Never. Nope.
Not even when you were young?
Nope. Never. Nope.
Why?
We have so much transportation in Milwaukee, you don't need it.
Yeah, we had so much transportation in
Your
Milwaukee.
jobs
We really didn't
pay
need
for
it.
your bus pass, your freeway flyer pass. So I had free
Yeah,
buses and freeways. We
yeah,
have no
so-
place to park in downtown Milwaukee.
Yeah. So
I worked downtown Milwaukee for 35 years. But when I had a vehicle, I wouldn't have been able to take it with me anyway.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
So when you moved down to Branson, how'd you do that?
We rented the biggest U-Haul truck, and she rented a vehicle, and my brother-in-law and my two friends drove us down here.
Oh, cool. That was nice of them. Hey,
Yeah.
Kay, how you doing?
So yeah,
I put them up in some hotels.
but man, can you believe it? Can you believe it's almost we're going to be going into May here pretty soon already?
Yeah, about time. Yeah, fine with me.
This year is going fast.
Isn't it though? Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah,
I agree.
your summers get pretty hot there.
They have been. They shouldn't be, but because we're in northern Michigan, but they have. Yeah, it's been
Really?
getting hot. Yep, crazy.
Mm.
Yeah, it's crazy. You never drove, man. Well, good for you. You saved a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, and I never got pulled over. Never got pulled over.
You ever feel like getting your license or no?
I do. There are times, yeah, especially in Branson now. Yeah, you almost have to have a car to live here now. Yeah.
Now, how would you do that if you wanted to get it at this age?
You just probably go down to the motor vehicle department, I guess. I don't know.
But I still think you have to take driver's ed, don't you?
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. Yeah.
Now, does Debbie drive?
No. Mm-mm.
I did back in high school, but I didn't need to.
Back in high school, but she never needed to. So, but yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Well, you've been able to get away with it.
Well, the good thing is I have a clean record.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
I know how you talk. I mean, there's people that have DUIs up the ass. You wouldn't believe some of these people you talk to.
Yeah. So if transportation is or is not good in Branson.
It's horrible. It's bad.
So how do you get around?
We usually have a cab.
Better,
Uber,
Debbie.
Lyft,
Thanks.
one of that. Usually Uber, or we usually ask people around here where we live, and they usually take us, and give them a couple dollars.
Oh, good for you.
So it's almost like you have to depend on others, unfortunately, because just to go to the Walmart Supercenter from here is like $15 there and 15 back, $30 just to leave the house.
Oh, it is.
It's expensive. I know someone that used to live here. She spent over $600 a month back and forth to work every day.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. And the problem with trying to get transportation in this town is it's so difficult because of all the tourism. The traffic is just
Well, if they had a park and ride, that would
the
work
traffic
better.
is just horrendous here in the summertime.
They were looking into monorails and into like ski lifts. They call gondolas, but
Yeah.
try to extend the roads. If they do that, that would be awesome. They said they could move 3,000 people back and forth in an hour, which would be great.
Yeah.
But they need a park and ride for the cars.
Wow. I would think that they would have transportation with people visiting, but
Yeah, you would.
Back when I was touring my parents here in the 90s, they used to use Gray Line shuttle, and it was like $8 round trip anywhere you wanted to go. And then they stopped using Gray Line, so we don't have that option anymore. But that was nice.
this is Chris in Branson, Missouri Rowdies, and I'm Tom Reed. I used to think that I wonder why, like, You know, your name shows up on the underneath the screen here. My name shows up.
Yeah.
I don't know what good it is when it doesn't show up on the big screen for people to see.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole idea of putting your name, I thought,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
crazy.
Is that more tender?
Yeah. So yeah, I had a pretty good day. I cut all the grass around here today, so that was fun.
Oh, good. So grass is growing pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah, it's definitely. We got more rain coming this weekend though.
Gotcha. Huh. Well, at least you accomplished something. That's for sure. Good for you.
I mean, I do miss home, but I don't miss the weather and I don't miss the crime. I mean, don't get me wrong. Milwaukee is a great city, great place to live, but it's just getting to be so bad there. It's just so bad now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just bad. There's so many. Milwaukee has so many foreigners now. They're from all over the place, moving in everywhere. They're everywhere.
Yeah. Do you have relatives back there?
Yes, brothers and sisters. That's it.
Gotcha.
Not
Yeah,
very.
they-
Close. I'm not very close to them, so that's fine.
So they never come down and visit, huh?
Probably not. They're not gonna. So
Yeah.
that's okay. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm not heartbroken by it.
How about Debbie?
She has a sister that needs slept.
Oh, okay.
Greenies. But they're all in Green Bay
They're all in Green Bay,
and
Wisconsin.
Hartford.
Okay. Yeah, Debbie. Amber just had a baby.
Oh,
She was-
cool.
She was pregnant with twins, so I don't know what the deal is on there. But she's still down around there, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Got any plans this weekend?
Not really. Kind of up in the air, you know.
You spend a lot of time at home.
I do. Yeah. Yep. It's been cold up here. It's been a late spring, a lot of winter, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all those interviews that you did years ago or whenever you did, in Detroit, in the last couple of years, do you keep in contact with any of them girls, or maybe a couple? Would you say?
I was keeping in touch with a couple of them, but they kind of dropped off. You know, I don't know what's going on with them, to tell you the truth.
So you don't really. What about Maddie and Gerald? You ever talk to them?
I have not. I talked to them a couple months ago,
Really?
and yeah, they were going to call me back, and I never heard from them. So I don't know what they're going. Do you watch their lives?
Once in a while, yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to keep in contact with some of these people?
Yeah, I keep in touch. I mean, I wish the best for them. I'd help them out if I could. You know, I hope they're doing well. You know.
Well, what's Maddie's story? Has she been like this? How long has she been like this? A long time. Does she have
Yeah,
family?
quite a while. Yeah, she has family. Yep. I think she's been this way quite a while. Yeah.
Wow, it's sad. I mean, you know.
Yeah. That's a tough, man. That kind of addiction is difficult.
And what about your favorite one? What's her name? Oof.
Becky?
She's your favorite, of course.
I haven't talked to her in a couple months either. She was going to do a live one night at 9. I talked to her about 10 minutes before, and she said, I'll be there for sure. Haven't heard from her since.
Yeah. Margarita seems like a very nice woman.
Yeah, she's a nice lady. I haven't talked to her either. I haven't seen her in over a year.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, no, I have not. No.
And what's that one other girl that oh man, what's her name? She really straightened her life out. I'm trying to think. She has a job now. She's working. I can't never remember her name.
Let me think about. Tassie?
Yes, her. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Tassie either, to be honest with you.
Wow. I don't understand why people give you such crap about interviewing people. I don't know why people give you are so hard on you for doing that. I mean, it's
so weird.
I mean, before you do this,
Yeah.
you tell them that you're going on when
Yeah.
you say, okay, but a lot of these people probably don't even know what YouTube is.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they really do.
Yeah, and they check their videos. That's why I'm always, police in the comments because I don't want them to get
Yeah,
their feelings hurt by reading some comments.
I just don't understand why they're so hard on you for it. I mean, what's the big deal? I mean,
I don't get it either. It's a
I don't
mystery.
either. I mean, they're accusing you of all this bullshit and nonsense. Come on, really?
No, I know it's nuts. I don't get it.
Like that one girl that got run over by a truck, got run over by a car. What was her
Raven.
name?
Raven.
She was a cute girl. She was cute, actually.
Yeah,
She was
really. Really nice person too.
Yeah, no duh,
Yeah. I can't figure it out, man. I mean, why people do what they do on YouTube is a mystery to me.
Mm-hmm. And they accuse you of all this crap, you know what I mean, and try to bust you. Like that one time you were in that restaurant and you were confronted by the police. Come on, how the hell do these people even know where you're at?
Because I was doing it live at the time.
Oh, well, just because you're doing live, how do they still know where you're at though?
Because they saw where I pulled into and knew where I was eating.
Oh, that's how they're.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, anybody out there with any ideas? I think what I'm going to do in the future is I'll still give them $10 for an interview because I got to do something. Just I'm appreciative of their time, and I'm not worried about them overdosing for $10.
You went hand over foot for some of these women. I mean, they were sending them money, they were sending gifts. I mean, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean. I mean, you did a lot to try to help these women, and for people to be bashing you for it is just totally disrespectful, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think what I'll do in the future is,
know what I'm saying?
I'll give them a stipend, like $10 for an interview, but I'm not going to accept cash and stuff from people like I did in the past because, when I got into that, I didn't really, I knew there was drug addiction and I knew that people got addicted to heroin, but honestly, my attitude from the very beginning was who's going to overdose on $10? But then it's
exactly.
But then, they were on drugs way before I knew them. I haven't been down there in a year and a half. They're still on drugs. So it's not my fault. But at the time, I did know that all of them still ate, needed clothes, paid for a cell phone bill. So for the little amount of money that I was giving them, I thought that it wasn't that big a deal. But as time went on and some of these channels got more popular on their own, it looked like they got more funding, and there were some very nice people with good intentions. Some of them disabled that got conned and tricked. And I just didn't feel comfortable in referring people from my channel to theirs. Yeah. So, I learned a lot, it's like,
you bend over backwards and try to help these people, and stuff, and what all they do is just, they kick you in the ass for it.
Yeah,
you gotta be
thick skinned. What happens if people don't like you?
Yeah,
they will. They'll latch on to anything and run with it. I think sometimes I was thinking about that today too. I was cleaning out my car.
Yeah,
I probably overreacted to people. I don't know, but when you get enough people coming on, they're calling the cops. And they're telling you're killing people, and you're not doing that. I'm a licensed private detective.
Yeah, right.
GPS enabled cell phone. I repeatedly go back to people I interview, and I don't think there was ever a question. The cops never contacted me. Anybody that died that I'd interviewed, there was always a reason for it, and they knew that it wasn't me. Right. But it kind of wears you out after a while, where you're constantly getting bombarded with this kind of crap. It's just people trying to build channels, and the only way they can build them is to use your name and call you a murderer and a killer and a rapist, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I just don't think it's right. I just don't think it's right.
It's not. That's the funny thing about YouTube. Now, YouTube, they don't want drug talk anymore, whether it's legal or illegal. And they need to worry about, them allowing hate channels to go out there and, wreck people's lives. There's a girl I know in California that I talked to today, and she's been stalked to hell and back. People calling saying she's sexually abusing her kids, which is nonsense.
Right. Well, there's one channel I would love to see go, and if I could get 1 million people to get rid of that channel, I would love to be that fucking bitch and goddamn Debbie in Michigan. She needs to go. All she does is start shit with everybody on YouTube. Yeah. She's a piece of shit, and she has no use to be on. She has no life. Why does she even have a YouTube channel? To gossip and cause problems for other people because her life is miserable?
Yeah, pretty much.
YouTube is not used for that, as far as I'm concerned.
No, it is though. That's the bad thing. You shouldn't be able to go on a public forum like this and say, Tom Reed's a serial killer.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And her saying that you're feeding Anthony alcohol and shit. I mean, who the hell is she to even?
I never heard that.
Yeah, she would. You know, I saw the video with Debbie. She was out there saying that you were trying to force him to drink alcohol.
Yo, it's nuts. He doesn't like alcohol.
What all started with her and you? What happened?
She contacted me early on and wanted me to interview her, which I was gonna do, and it just kind of never happened.
Right.
And then
Never
she
been nothing but a problem.
Yeah, and then she got ticked, and right away started accusing me of people and that kind of thing, and it all went downhill after that.
Yeah.
She's made some comments lately about evidently she had an aunt that committed suicide, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I am so sick of her that I said the other night that I don't care what happened. I don't care what happened. It isn't that I don't care what happened with people that commit suicide, but I am so sick of her that I just say I don't care because none of these people can show you a returned email.
Yeah.
I don't communicate with them. I haven't tried to make up with them.
They need to drop, as far as I'm concerned, they need to drop her channel. She has.
I don't want anything to do with her.
Yeah, I understand that, but
when I say that, excuse me one second. Yeah, I'm on a live. Why don't you come on? Okay. There's just certain people that I don't.
They just need to drop her channel because all she's doing is harassing you.
Yeah, that's against the law.
And that's against the law.
Yeah, it is, but it's funny, for as finicky and weird as YouTube is about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They don't really do anything about that. It's crazy. I've complained to them about it before.
And what's up with all these girls? Some of these girls that I've seen that you've interviewed in the past, that they'll say, "Oh, Tom makes all this money and all this shit on YouTube now."
Yeah, it's nonsense.
It is.
Yeah, it was okay for a while, but then what YouTube did is they don't want any drug talk anymore. They don't want any talk at all about legal or illegal drugs. Well, if you're interviewing, working girls on the street, what the hell are you going to talk about? I mean, in the old days, all you had to do was not glorify drugs, which I never did.
Right.
I asked them, what are you on? How much does it cost? How long you been on it? Were you on something before that? That kind of thing. But so YouTube has really changed in a lot of ways.
Could you actually make a living on YouTube?
People do. I couldn't. No, it was pretty good for a while, but basically I'm on their shit list because I've talked about drugs. I don't get recommended. I have people contact me all the time that get unsubscribed. They don't know that I'm on a live, that kind of thing. So, I mean, once you don't get recommended on YouTube anymore, you don't see my name come up and click on it, you're pretty much dead meat. And that's kind of in the situation I'm on now. But there are channels out there that just kill it doing different things.
Yeah.
You'll notice on any of the subsequent interviews I did since their policy change that I'll say, do you have a substance abuse issue? And they'll say yes or no, and I just move on. Yeah. No, Sam, I still have the same one, Samantha. Yeah. Hey, Conan, how are you? How's it going? So, I mean, I'm really kind of burnt out with YouTube, to tell you the truth. I'm sick of it. I mean, I did everything I was supposed to, abided by all the rules, was promoted by them for a long time, and now I'm on their shit list. And it's insulting. I got a hold of them the other day. It's like, look, I got 3 emails today from people that are being unsubscribed, and basically they told me I'm full of shit, that doesn't happen. And
I think part of it is a lot of those whack job women out there that are causing you all the problems.
Yeah, but I would like to think that YouTube wouldn't pay too much attention to that.
Well, I know that.
I just think that YouTube, it's a digital advertising platform.
Yeah.
And they want to basically gentrify all the videos that people get ads sent to, and they don't want any problems. I mean,
right.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I'll never figure them out. When you get a hold of them, it's like talking to a robot. They had a thing when you got 100,000 subscribers that you got some plaque, and I was going to give it to somebody actually that wanted it, but it just got to where the more I was, you would think if you got to that benchmark and they were going to reward you in some kind of way, they just mail it to you, wouldn't you? But they don't.
Right.
What they end up, it's filling out a bunch of bullshit. I got about halfway through and said, screw it, I don't want it. It's a strange company in my opinion. But I'm telling you, there's YouTube and nothing else. You look at these other media platforms that are similar to YouTube. Nobody watches them. The search engines are terrible. You know.
I mean, YouTube has gotten so big for its britches. It's to the point now where you don't even need cable TV anymore now.
That's true. Have you tried? You haven't tried that YouTube TV, by the way, have you?
No, I never have.
No, me either. I don't really even know what that entails.
Yeah, you got to pay a prescription every month.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube's great. I mean, I've had a lot of fun with it, but I just, it's like I shouldn't have been thrown out to the wolves when I played by the rules.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. They've just changed things. I like interviewing homeless people too. It's just, to be honest with you, I don't run across that many of them. And I didn't really know what I was doing when I went out there. I always thought I was just being a decent guy and giving things to people and, dropping off food and that kind of thing. And I don't think they have a problem with that, but just the format, I don't know what to expect from them. I just don't have confidence in
some of these girls. I mean, that I've seen over the years that you've interviewed are, oh my God, they're just so out. I mean, this one girl, I remember you interviewing this young girl right on the street of Detroit. Her whole face was like red. I mean, she had like all these pimples and zips.
Yeah, she's actually doing very well. She just celebrated her 1 year of rehab.
Really?
Off drugs, doing well, about ready to head out into the working world.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'll get you some. Don't worry.
But yeah, some of these women I just cannot believe it. It's sad.
Yeah, and anybody out there that has had more experience with the type of people I've interviewed than I have, I'm always open to suggestion. But I think moving forward, if people wanted to send donations, I'll just go out and buy whatever I want with it, like chili, chicken noodle soup, something like that.
I just don't understand how these people get so into it. I mean,
what you need to do, you mean into the drug?
I mean, into the drug so heavily. Is it because they've had a bad upbringing?
Well, I'll tell you what you should do. Somewhere along the way, and you can get them very cheaply, I would order a book on heroin addiction off eBay.
Right, but a lot of these women you talk to will say, "Oh, I had a bad childhood. I didn't have a good upbringing. My parents, both of my parents are deceased. You know what? Both of my parents are deceased. I didn't have a good upbringing. I didn't have a good childhood. You know what? But but I'm not a drug addict. I'm not a, I mean? I don't understand how these people get so washed up into this shit.
Yeah, I do.
What I don't understand about it.
Yeah, no, I know. It's with the girls. It seems to be a lot of guys that introduce them.
Mm-hmm.
But you can. I mean, for years you can go on and figure out a lot about heroin addiction. Everybody knows it's not good for you.
Yeah.
But man, I'll tell you, and I would be curious to the numbers compared to like the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. But I'm telling you, I will tell you this, just from the people that I've got to know through doing it, it's the devil for sure. It'll wreck everything, your body, your mind, your relationships, and you just don't want to quit it. I talked to a lady the other day that was on here, Tiffany. She's from Michigan. She used to be a heroin addict, and she described it much differently than the other people that I'd interviewed before. Like,
what's the reason? But I understand the reason for why they get so wrapped up into it is because they didn't have a good upbringing. Their parents passed away.
I think it's across the board. I think it's genetics. I think it's situational and upbringing. I think it's PTSD, maybe molested as a young child. There's all sorts. It's not one size fits all. It's a bunch of things.
Yeah.
So there's no one way you get there, and it's surprising. And most of the people that I interview are quite articulate. They had good jobs. Not everybody came from a bad family, so that kind of shoots that theory in the foot. I don't know. I think it's the brain chemistry that attracts you to that.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like, remember that one girl, Crystal?
Yeah, Crystal, young girl.
Yeah. She's 35, and Debbie couldn't believe how old she looks.
Yeah. Actually, YouTube gave me a problem about that too. Like, I was interviewing children, which is nonsense. I mean, she does look young, but if you look at her, she's definitely 18 plus.
You talk about that Crystal girl?
Yeah.
She had that red. She wore that the interview. She was wearing that red shirt on. She's kind of heavy set woman.
No, that was the older Crystal.
Okay, the older
You said
one.
she was
Yeah, no, I really liked her. Yeah, I haven't seen her in a long time either.
Right, but she was
You
what?
said she's 38. And she looks like she's about 68. at
Yeah,
least.
exactly.
No, yeah, she's actually a sweet lady. Just a lot of trauma. You get hooked up with the wrong guys. Like Angel Baby says, it can happen to anybody. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Seymour Hoffman, Tom Petty, Prince.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't that nobody loved him and they didn't have money, and it still got them.
I think with Prince it was because he was Jehovah's Witness. He couldn't have a blood transfusion. He did not
What?
get that hip surgery because he could not get a blood transfusion, being Jehovah's Witness. So he took the pills to try to counteract the pain, and it got to be too much. He took too much of the pills for the pain, and that's what did it. So
Yeah, well, Tom Petty and Prince both. What got him is fake Vicodin.
yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever happened to that black girl that you interviewed?
Ebony.
No, it wasn't Ebony. It could, maybe, but you were. It was a couple of years ago. This is probably one of your earlier videos.
Yeah.
You were standing by a pond. There was water behind her. Very beautiful black woman. Very, very, very cute.
Really?
Yes, you were standing by some bushes and there was like a little pond behind her, kind of like black girl. She was kind of short, kind of skinny. Really,
You're not talking about Sweet Pea.
maybe that's who I'm speaking of. Yeah.
She overdosed.
Oh, she was a very black. She was very black woman, very black.
Yeah, very black.
Yes, very black. She was actually not bad looking.
No, cute. Yeah, she overdosed. Ended up having a heart failure.
Really? So she passed away then, huh?
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I know where I interviewed her, and there wasn't any pond around there.
Okay, there were a lot of bushes or something. Maybe it was somewhere in Detroit.
Yeah, you might have been talking about Mimi.
Maybe her then. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Mimi's doing well. She's been off drugs a long time. She's
very black.
Yeah.
Woman.
Yeah,
She's kind of skinny, kind of short.
Yeah, working full time, doing great.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good thing to know.
Yep, she really did. So there are people who get out and like the videos that I re-uploaded the other day, like Amanda and Coco. Last I knew, they were both doing great. I still have Coco's diary, which, I'd love to return to her if I could.
That one. I remember that one interview. That was a sad interview. That one girl that you interviewed, strangly blonde hair, and she was
Penny.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was murdered.
Hey.
That was sad.
She was murdered.
That was horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Who was murdered?
Woman of the hour, Tiffany, Penny.
Who's Penny?
She was a girl I interviewed about 4 years ago.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
You're not in front of your camera either.
I know. I'm fixing my face mask.
Oh, okay.
And there was
I ain't showing my teeth no more.
You should.
Shoot.
Hi, Tiffany.
Hi.
Tiffany, Chris has been on when you've been on before.
Hi. How are you doing, sir?
Wonderful.
Good. I seen you guys playing music the other day. I was like, woo woo.
Tom, I have to be honest with you. I could not laugh. I had to laugh when she started singing.
Who?
Whatever her name is.
Okay.
Bimbo Barbarella.
I couldn't stop laughing. I'm not trying to be
just. No, she's not a good singer. She just showing her expression.
Yeah, exactly. I know that.
People do that sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, my sister does that, y'all. It's so funny because my oldest sister, I have two sisters. Well, I have three sisters and a brother, you guys. One's like an adopted sister, but two of them are my blood sisters. And all of us can sing, you guys, except for my one sister, and God bless her soul.
But Tiffany has got an excellent voice.
That's how Chris is. He can't sing.
That's funny.
I tried to draw him out at karaoke. He was trying to do a song by Kiss, Bohemian Rhapsody, and he was so bad that he sang louder than loud to drown him out. It was horrible.
Tiffany, could you just belt out a line for us?
Funny.
Belt out what line? What?
Of a song. Like 10 seconds worth.
So where are you from?
Okay.
I just wanted to hear your great voice.
Okay. Tell me what Does it look like in heaven? I'm sick, by the way, so sorry.
You're fine.
Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Is the sun shine bright forever?
That's
Have
amazing.
your pain and your tears gone away? Okay, my
Good
throat
job.
hurts. I'm sorry I sound so bad, but my
No, you
throat,
sound good.
I'm like sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what
You
you mean.
sounded very nice.
Yep, very nice.
Thank you.
Very good.
Watch, that's going to be on YouTube tomorrow. Look at this girl. She thinks she can sing.
Hey, Lisa.
Don't worry about it.
Chris, if you've got some questions, Chris was saying earlier that he just can't figure out how people get on heroin and can't get off and why they do it.
Okay, go ahead, Chris. Whatever you want.
Go ahead, Chris. Fire away. Tiffany had problems with that same drug.
Well, and
Yep.
I just think a lot of people, I'm not saying for everybody, but I just think a lot of people just make excuses for, and
I think people use it to get away from the pain. And
I think a lot of people use it to get away from the pain. Nobody's had a good perfect life. I lost both of my parents. I lost my mom when I was 13. I lost my dad in 2008. I was institutionalized at 6 to 13 years old, and I lived with my sister from 13 to 18, and I've been on my own ever since.
Wow.
But I've never had a drug addiction. I've never had an alcohol addiction. That's why I don't understand how these people get so wrapped up into it.
Well,
I don't understand it, and I still don't get it. Nobody's had a
Yeah.
perfect childhood. Nobody has it. Everybody's somebody in their life, and you know what? It's hard and it sucks, but you move on.
because some people can't move on that
Right.
easy.
Well, I know that some people can't.
Sometimes drugs or alcohol will help numb the pain.
Right.
The more they have, the more numb it seems.
Yeah.
well, if you want my honest answer, I actually agree with you.
Everybody knows right from wrong. Everybody,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Exactly. So let me tell you a little something, Chris.
Sure.
I had a perfect childhood. Well, I guess I wouldn't say perfect because
Well, nobody has a perfect childhood.
yeah, because I don't
There's
want to
no
hear
such
tomorrow,
thing.
oh, I'm bragging. Because you know what? Let me say that the right way. I didn't have a perfect childhood, but you know what? My mother, she was a stay-at-home mom, but she was the type of stay-at-home mom, you guys, that she would work side jobs, cleaning jobs, companies.
Right.
She did all that stuff, and she'd take us with us. And, um, you know, she still is, not was. Thank you, God. I still have both my parents. My dad, he's 62 and he still works, and both me and my sister have both had drug problems, and we both handled them different ways. We both lost our kids and regained custody. We regained custody in different ways, but we both had the same childhood, Chris. So you're right. I came from a good childhood, and you know what? It's not an excuse, but it is a reason. And there's a big difference between the two. There's a big difference between using it as an excuse
Right.
and crying pity me, right? And having a pity party for Tiffany or whoever's on drugs and saying, you know what, this is my reason.
Yeah.
But it's not a good enough reason, y'all. Like, this epidemic is crazy. You know what I mean?
And I'm from Wisconsin, and I moved to Branson, Missouri 7 years ago, and I would never imagine in a million years a town of only 20,000 with 10 million visitors. About 12,000 people live in Branson, and about 10 million people visit here each year. We have a serious growing drug problem here, and you would never imagine it in a small town like this.
Look
Well,
what
I
Dave
think-
said. Look what
I think-
Dave said. Chris, excuse me. Chris
ahead.
and Tiffany, look at the comment Dave said.
What'd he say?
Because he had problems with it at one time too. He asked me if I took a pill that made you feel great, good. But Tiffany didn't describe the feeling that way.
No, the feeling to me,
And the thing is that people don't seem to want to better their lives. They're just happy doing this in this same year in and year out. They don't never want to seem to get help. They don't want to seem to try to better their lives. They're just happy doing the same thing year in and year out. Nothing.
well, and that's the thing that's bad. You get what I'm saying? That's the part that's bad.
It's like a lot of
Because
people here in Branson, like all these dope heads in Branson here. None of these people that we talk to don't want to better their lives.
right.
They're just used
Right.
to it.
Right. I agree. I agree. Brahim, hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. Brahim, quiet down, please. Brahim, please quiet down, sweetheart, okay? All right, Bubba, thank you. Sorry, you guys. He's on this
More for me?
PlayStation game, you know.
I can talk.
So no, I understand, and there's a difference. And let me tell you something. We've seen a lot of addicts slash recovering addicts on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Right.
There are some addicts that are recovering, and there are some addicts that still use, that still take a shower and take care of themselves and live in a home and are productive part of society. And there's a difference. There's a
Yeah.
difference between if you're taking care of your business, you know, um, now before I continue, having kids that makes a completely different,
Right. Yeah.
equation. So I'm just talking about people with no kids that have their drug addiction, but you know what, they pay for it. They don't scam people or screw people over, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They do what they do, they stay in their house, whatever.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
But the people that are out here like literally, you know, hurting others to get something to numb their pain, um you know what, I heard a quote. I was watching Traveling Girl Lose live, just watching it, you know.
Yeah.
And her and Jima had this quote, and I wasn't actually like on it. I was just watching like 2 seconds of the replay, and it was empty cans rattle the most. Ain't that the truth, y'all?
Yeah.
Empty cans rattle the most. Ain't that true? You know, people that are empty inside, um they make the biggest noise. They have the biggest problems. They make, whether you had a good childhood or not, people just use that, like you said, Chris, as an excuse.
Right. Exactly. Nobody
It's because
forces
of
nobody forces nobody to do anything.
no, and it's
We all
and
have
with,
choices in life. We all have make choices in life. You're gonna make a bad choice or you're gonna make a good choice. And a lot of these people
right.
make bad decisions. Bad decisions.
We had a lady living here who had a husband who beat the hell out of her, and she wanted to get away from that, so she got addicted to meth. I'm thinking, but now you got two serious problems. You got a bad husband, and you've got a drug addiction. You know, it's like,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
Well, you
left
know,
to be sad.
what's your name, honey? The one
I'm
speaking.
Debbie.
Hi,
Debbie.
Debbie. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I don't know why, and I apologize for not knowing your name.
Oh, no problem.
But I don't want to be like, "Hey, you lady," and you know who that lady taught. You know, I
We
think that's rude.
we live in we live in an extended stay here in Branson, Missouri.
Wait, Tosh, I make
Like a an extended stay is right. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
It's a hotel room. And I can't, if I were to tell you some of the stories from some of these people around here, you wouldn't believe in some of the stories.
That's crazy.
I could write a book if I told you some of the stories from some of these people that we met around here and talked to. We have a guy next door. We have a guy next door that wants to become a woman. I mean,
no,
I
he
don't.
doesn't. He
Well,
doesn't. He wants boobs and he wants a higher voice, but
Yeah,
he wants
so-
to find a woman and he
yeah.
wants to keep his penis. But I don't understand how he's going to find someone with all, that kind of a mixture.
Hey, I don't have no problem with that. I say to each its own. You know what I mean? To each its own. But what I do, you know, I do want to
That's the Bible Belt, though, and if he wants to find a woman, maybe he needs to go to Springfield. He might find somebody who is into bisexual men, but he doesn't like to. He's totally against gays. He's totally.
Oh, wow. Really?
He goes, I'm not LGBT. Don't ever say I'm not LGBTQ. I've got nothing to do with those kinds of people. I'm like, but
What?
you're trying to grow boobs and make your voice higher. I mean, you are part of that T part of it anyway, you know.
Yeah, that's a little but you know what? I can't talk because there's things about me that's the same thing, like with my religion. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I believe one thing, but then I really believe this too. So you know,
And by the-
everybody.
And by the way, we've been together 18 years.
Wow.
I was 29 when I met her.
I have a lot of friends who are gay, but you know that doesn't bother me at all because they kind of picked one. You know, he doesn't really seem to have picked one, so I don't quite understand that. Since Bruce Jenner, I've been kind of very confused.
Yeah, me too. To be honest with you, that was a trip for me, y'all. I was like, oh my God. You know, he was in the Olympics, everything. I was like, oh my gosh. And not in a bad way, oh my gosh, because let me tell you, he's a beautiful woman.
Tom,
he married
liver
three
and
different
onions.
women and children with three different
for
women.
you.
with each
That's
one.
that's what I was confused about, you know, but it's really not our you know, I don't mean this like as a dig towards you personally, because you know
Yeah.
I like you, but to me
Yeah.
in my mind it's like it's not my
Yeah.
problem. You know what I'm saying? I support anybody who's doing productive things in society to make themselves happy and
Yeah. I
do
don't care
good
what
things
they
in
do
life.
either, but they just televise that way too much to the wrong people.
The two
Yeah.
brothers,
You know.
the two brothers that directed the Matrix movies became women now.
Who cares? But there was a book called Becoming Nicole about two twin boys. One became a girl, and that kind of explains it all to you better than the whole Bruce Jenner thing. Because she always
Well,
felt like a little girl even when she was a little boy, and
yeah.
the story is so good that you understand those people better.
Well,
You know,
and I do agree with you because I'm gonna say something I probably shouldn't say, but I'm gonna say it. You know,
Yeah.
So my oldest son, my oldest biological son, let me say that correctly.
Mhm.
He for a long time thought he was gay or bisexual, and I was like, no, you're not, Michael. And it's
Yeah.
not that I didn't want him to be. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know,
No,
I'm
just get too young to really know. You know.
well, and that was the thing. And now look, he's 15 and he's like, Mom, don't ever tell me that I said that again. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to hear it because I'm not. And it's like, but you know what I love about him? I love everything about him, but you know,
Of course.
one of the things I love the most is he owns it. Like
Yeah.
he'll wear his Spider-Man suit all throughout school. Like he does
Right.
not care. He is who he is. He don't need to use like profanity to get attention, or he don't need, you know, he just is who he is. So it didn't bother him to 1 minute say he thought he was one thing and the
Right.
next minute, you know, so I was really proud of him. But that just
Well,
goes
we
to
were
show.
kids. Oh, me and Tom, our generation, we didn't have a lot of these issues. They didn't come out. They weren't open. A lot of
Right.
gay people were more hidden in a closet somewhere. You didn't see them
Yeah.
holding hands out to eat. Now today,
Right.
and we work with people who are gay. We get to know people who are gay, and they're just like
Right.
us.
Right.
We get to talk to them, understand how they feel, and we know that they were born gay. Person doesn't just wake up one morning and think, "Gee, I'm gonna go for the opposite sex stuff." That doesn't happen. People are born.
Right.
You know, something genetic or whatever. Maybe more mama or more dad than mom.
But a lot of people,
Yeah.
but a lot of people agree that you're not born that way.
That's the crazy Baptist people who want to believe, these crazy religious people who want to believe that, oh my God, they're doing something horrible. They purposely did it. No, that's not what it is at all. But they don't
Right.
want to try to understand.
Right.
You know,
Hey,
so,
you guys, real quick, sorry to interrupt, but is my
problem.
son talking bothering you guys?
No.
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 Okay, because I keep trying to ask him to be quiet, but it's not happening.
Kids do that.
You know, and I don't really want to kick him off his PlayStation because
No.
it's the weekend, you know.
Okay.
And he gets that loudness from me. At least he don't get the cussing, you know.
Hey, do you guys, I know some of you guys watch Maddie's channel. Does anybody ever see Margarita in there? Marguerite?
If you get any kills that get good comments, I'll gift you 2 skins.
Wonder where she's living.
Yes.
What happened, Tom?
Well, I just had some things for her that I want to get to her, but I just, she used to live with Maddie and Gerald, and I guess that place caught on fire.
No, I'm talking about the streamline, Tom. They dipped out, Debbie and Chris.
Oh, it probably just fell off,
Oh,
He'll be back. He might have hit a button, whatever.
You sure that's not bothering? Is it bothering anybody in the
No,
that's
they tell
listening
you.
to us?
No, they
If
tell you.
anybody in the comments that's listening, like the moderators and stuff,
Yeah.
even if people are saying that, don't delete it, please, because I want to see it. I want to. If it's being too much, I want to stop it. But if it's not bothering anybody, then
No, you're fine.
he's not being inappropriate or anything. So
Chris, how come it's all dark where you're at?
I hit something on my computer by accident. It probably went.
Okay.
that's funny, Tom. That's exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Rita, any details on that by the way?
No, I heard she had a boyfriend.
Yeah, I wish I knew where.
Ooh.
But we
You love hearing kids' voices. Aw, thank you. Well, do you want to come take them? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
There you go.
Hey, Tiffany,
What?
you
What?
watch my videos, so
All the
moving
time.
forward, what do you think I should do differently?
I don't think you should do anything differently, but what I do think is instead of giving people cash, like you should sorry, this thing, I'm trying to fix it. You should decide what kind of um donations you'll accept cuz people are going to send them regardless, Tom. You know that.
Yeah.
Um now that that's already happened, I think you should continue, but because of the YouTube change, sorry Tom, I'm putting a different face mask on,
That's okay.
so um
Don't let people take advantage of you either, because people will do that.
that's the thing, shoot. But I think you should focus on people that are in recovery, maybe visit methadone clinics,
Yeah.
um, homeless shelters, domestic violence shelters, Safe Futures. I got a link to all them places, Tom. I volunteer there.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to upload this video that I did, like an interview / conversation with Brahim, the one you guys hear in the background.
Yeah.
And I was like, what happened a couple years ago when you guys complained about your Christmas presents? And he was like, oh, you made me give them to the kids that didn't have any down at the homeless shelter. So,
We
go ahead.
we have a place here in Branson called Core, and what it is, Core is a place that people go there to get drug and rehabilitation.
I'll give you 10.
And they come
Okay.
they come from all parts, different states, other places to come here to get help for their problem. And what happens is
Yes.
2% of those people pass, and then 99% of them all fail. And then what happens then they're in the system, then they're just dumped off on the streets here.
They're homeless.
That's
And
terrible.
And my thing is, if you don't pass it, they need to send them a ticket back home where they belong.
Yeah, so they're homeless out here.
Yeah, they're homeless out here. You know what I mean? And they're
We're talking.
What do you mean if you don't pass it, you guys? What does that mean if you don't do, like, if you
They
don't
don't
get through the program?
yeah, if you don't make it,
go
yeah,
through the
if you don't make it through the
They
program,
quit.
then they're lost in the system, and then they just let you go.
Oh my gosh.
So then
Homeless camps,
then
people
we got
living in
homeless camps
camps.
all over Branson in the woods everywhere. Then
Wow.
There's
Yeah.
12,000 people that live here. The people who've been here since 1990, it was like 2,400 locals then.
right.
All these people have come in mostly from poor.
But we have Elevate Branson here, and Elevate Branson is a good program. What they do every Thursday, they'll deliver meals to all the extended stays, meals,
And the homeless.
people too. So every Thursday you'll get a sandwich, you'll get a ice, like a little bag of chips and stuff, and something to drink. And Elevate Branson wants to build a tiny
house community for the homeless.
Small tiny house community.
They also have classes.
Have you ever heard of those, Tom?
Yeah.
They want to do that here in Branson.
They also have classes for jobs. That's 8 weeks long. It costs $20 for people who are interested in learning a skill who don't have any.
We have
which is
15. We have 1,500 residents in Branson that live in subpar motel rooms.
Oh wow.
1,500 people live in subpar hotel rooms here.
Because you got to have excellent credit to be in an
Yep.
apartment.
You have to have excellent credit, and if you're a felon, you ain't gonna get in nowhere then.
And we're not felons.
And
but
we're
our
not
credit isn't
felons.
So good.
Yeah, so you know what I mean.
And then you got to pay like a $400 or $500 dog fee plus
Yeah.
the moving in fee plus
Exactly.
first and last month's rent. So if you have like $2,000, $2,500, yeah, you can get in. But
And it's
otherwise-
hard to get apartments. I mean, it's so hard. It's difficult.
So why do you guys stay there?
Well, until we have
Was that a good question?
until we have enough money to get in.
Where can you live for $175 a week with everything included?
Yeah, that's a good answer right there.
Seriously, where? And and people don't realize that extended stays have saved a lot of people's lives here, having
Yeah.
these places. Because
Yeah,
the city wants to shut them all down.
right.
They don't
Really?
the city don't want them here because of all the drugs and all the drug trafficking in these places, and it's what I mean, and all the bed
Well,
bugs and the roach problem. I mean, some of these people live in
We
these
don't have
places.
that.
Some of these people live in these
They're
rooms
just
are.
filthy. They don't
Oh my
wash
God,
it.
they're the most filthiest, dirty ass people you
so
ever.
I have a question. Does that come into do you guys ever have an issue with that?
No, I don't. No, we've never had a problem with them. No.
Thank God, because I don't,
I've
since they're
cleaned rooms out.
connected.
I've literally cleaned rooms out here, and I can't even tell you. Some of these people are so dirty and nasty. It's unbelievable. Now they have within 24. We have room inspection every Wednesday here, and if their room is not clean within 24 hours, they get an automatic eviction. Now, no excuses.
Wow.
What's Upper Michigan, you guys?
Like up in the top near Mackinac in the Upper Peninsula. You know, we have two
Oh,
peninsulas. They could be up in the top part, like in the Upper Peninsula, which is really bad. I know that.
okay. I love Mackinac Bridge. It's like living in old days, you know? No
Yeah.
cars. Oh, I so would love that. You guys, oh my gosh. I want to live like I have been watching old-fashioned shows like Vikings and you know, all that stuff and I'm like,
You
"Oh, I
should.
just want to live
You should,
like that."
you should come. You should come down to Branson sometime, and I guarantee you, once you visit this town, you'll never want to go back home to where you're from.
I bet. So I shouldn't come.
You
A lot to do with kids here.
the cost of living down here is cheap to live down here.
Really?
Yep. You can get a 2-bedroom apartment here for $500-$600 a month here.
Oh, okay, but you have to have good credit and all that money
Well,
for a
yeah.
down payment and all
Pretty
that
much,
stuff.
yeah.
That's the
Some of them you don't, but they're further away. We can't get around from those places because they're too many miles to town.
yeah.
So if you have a car, you can get into an apartment for like $495, $500, and it's not that bad. You know, it's really nice. They get very beautiful apartments.
Yeah.
We started
Wow.
out that way, but we were way up on Highway F. It was too far for us to get to anything.
We don't have
Yeah.
we don't have public transportation here.
Well, all that matters, you guys, is that you're happy. Look at how happy you guys are.
Yeah, for the most part.
Well, we want to buy a house.
Yeah. She hasn't killed me, so 18 years is a long time. I would have never imagined it.
Now, you guys aren't married, are you?
No. And
Legally, by law, they are after
yeah,
10.
well, technically,
Not
yeah.
in every state. Not in every state.
No,
in
not
this
every.
one.
He's right about that. Not every state.
Not here.
Common marriage law, but yeah, it just it's hard. I mean, it's hard to me. It's hard to find a good woman. I would have never moved out here if it wasn't for her. I would have never left Wisconsin. Never would.
Really?
I don't think there would have been any other woman on this earth that I could have trusted. Honestly, there isn't. It's hard to trust. It's hard to find a good woman that you can honestly God trust.
You know, Tom, wasn't I talking to you about that the other day? About
Yeah.
how
It is.
nowadays I hate the word like when I was talking the other day with us girls with Tiffany and Jesse Hope and stuff, and I used the word baby mom and stuff, I was like referring to the past, the past, like, oh, because I was a baby mom for real. I was terrible. But nowadays, so many people are like, oh, my baby daddy. But no, there are so many great men that are great fathers that get titled as a baby daddy, but they're not a baby daddy. Like they're raising their kids. They're great, So you're right. It is so much harder to find a good woman than it is
It is.
to find a good man nowadays. And I think that's
I've only
really
been with-
sad.
I've only been with 2 women in 25 years, and I've talked to people around here that have been with a truckload of them. So
Yeah. That says a lot for you, though. I mean, you should really respect yourself because
I do a lot.
yeah, because that says a lot for
Yeah,
the
it
kind
does.
of person that you are. So amen.
Yeah, I know.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I know.
You're lucky, Debbie. Look, and he's lucky to have you. Such a beautiful
shit.
woman.
He's a kid. He's 15 years younger than me. And,
Oh, we got a cougar in the house, ladies.
Yeah.
We got a
Yep.
cougar.
but he chased me. I didn't chase him.
Exactly. There you go.
I kept running away and he kept chasing after. He kept showing up in places I'd go, like in the mall, in my workplace, at my bus
They are
stop.
too bossy. Who is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him? They are too bossy. Women, yeah, we are bossy, and especially for, I'm terrible, you guys. I'm terrible because Arab women, they are so, respectable and quiet, and when you talk, they're like, hi, they have like them. I can't even do it because I'm sick, but they have that high, voice, and it's so cute and quiet, and but I'm sure at home they will let you have it too. I'm almost guaranteed.
And I've talked to a lot of women in Branson in 7 years, and I've talked to many of them, and a lot of them I've talked to either says, I said, how do you get homeless? And they'll be like, well, the boyfriend kicked me out on the street. I see that, and that's another thing. I see that a lot in Branson with these relationships, with these relationships that these women have with these men. They'll just throw them on the street and they're homeless, and they don't even give a shit.
Yeah, but what did they do to get thrown on the street though? That's the thing.
Right? I don't know. I don't. But I'm just saying I see that a lot though, and it's sad.
Well, and that's why it's
You know,
that's why it's it's sad that
domestic violence is a bad thing.
yeah, I've dealt
It's
with
very
that
bad.
too.
It's bad. It's very
I've dealt
bad.
with that too. And you know what?
So,
All the crap I've been through, I'm like, Tom's right. It's a miracle I'm still here at 32 years old, Cause
I've never laid a hand on Debbie, not once ever. Have I laid a hand on her.
that's amazing.
Well,
Cause
yeah, I don't believe in violence because violence does not solve anybody's problem. It doesn't solve what does
no,
it do? It doesn't solve problems.
exactly.
All it
But I'll
does is
tell
it just gets you in more trouble with the law. I don't want to be in
that
trouble with the law.
well, not only with the law, like what kind of human being do you want to be? It falls into
Exactly.
that too.
Exactly.
What kind of example do you want to set? Like, what do you
Yeah.
want your legacy to be? You
Right.
know, because one day we're not gonna be here, and all that money that we cared about so much,
Yeah.
or all that dope that we wanted so much, or all them people that we wanted to bully, or
I think a lot of domestic violence comes from drugs and alcohol. I think a lot of it
me
comes from that.
too,
You got two
me
people.
too.
I mean, there's this girl that just moved in here like 3 days ago, and she came down and met me and Debbie, and she was telling me she has a girlfriend, and she has like a whole bunch of DUIs, and she wrecked her girlfriend's car, and now she's out. And we just saw her about an hour ago. She's out here tanked off her ass out here, and now with a guy, an older guy. Now she wants to go. I mean, I don't get it.
My girlfriend's not happy, and I'm waiting for World War III to start
Yeah,
in a minute.
exactly.
So we'll see what happens.
That's what I mean. I don't know.
People pick the
You know,
some of these people.
They just pick the wrong
I
people.
tell you, some of these people in these extended
do
stays.
you think Maddie and Gerald were still in last night and Sharon beat? Will you read that, Tom? Because I think I'm
Yeah,
reading
it doesn't
wrong.
make any sense to me. What are you talking about, Lisa? Rephrase it, Lisa, please.
Not knowing when to shut up. Heck yeah, David. I'm one of them women that don't know when to shut up. Oh my gosh, that's true. Or women that will get up in someone's face, right, and be like, hit me, mother effer. Hit me. Hit me. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And finally the guy's like, okay, bop.
I have two sisters and two brothers, and I'm the youngest of five. And I have
Oh, wow.
my sister Marilyn, who married this jackass of a boyfriend, and she's married to. He is the most controlling guy ever. He won't let her. He won't let her work. He won't let her see friends. He won't let her see family or nothing.
Wow.
Zero. And there's
That's
nothing
crazy.
that we can do about it. Not a damn thing we can do about it.
That's sad. She's isolating herself.
And my sister had cancer, and her boyfriend didn't believe her and then refused to take her to the hospital because he didn't believe her.
Wow. I am so sorry. I am so sorry that your sister's going through that.
Yeah.
She came to see the family a while back
Right.
ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, and she literally could not see them. Her eyes went to like a light blue in color. It was like psychosomatic or whatever it was, where she actually, because of being told so many times, you will never see family, you will never see friends, you'll never blah, blah, she actually could not see them. She went blind, temporarily blind. And then they
Oh
took
my
her
gosh.
They took her to a psychiatrist. They said, yes, this kid causes from being brainwashed so many times for so many years by this guy.
Right.
And now he's got her again. So they got her away from the state. For a while, they were taking care of her.
But now
And the husband got her back. So now nobody's seen or heard from her like the last 2 years. So
Right. Wow.
I've
I'm so
never-
sorry.
yeah,
it's horrible.
it
I
is.
feel so bad for her.
And it's sad that there's a lot of men like that are very controlling, so
Yeah.
controlling.
Like, I own
Yeah.
you, you're a piece of meat.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're with a guy and you look at someone the wrong, you just look over at somebody. I mean, they'll jump all over your ass. Come on, I mean, there's no reason for that shit. I mean, really?
Someone's calling every time they are in the store and getting them kicked out, saying they're stealing. Sharon is saying Gerald robbed a store last night. Don't worry, I do typos all the time too. It's all bullshit as far as I'm concerned. Well, what do you think, Tom? You think it's bull crap?
I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
The guy locked him in the store, Chris. The guy that worked at the store locked Gerald and Maddie in the store. It's
Is
not
this
funny. I don't
lately?
know why I'm laughing.
Lately?
Yeah, this was a couple days ago or something like
But you
that.
know what? If you were in a store and I knew where it was at, and I called and I said you were stealing, they'd lock you in too.
That was
It doesn't-
messed up, whoever's doing that, but I don't think it's Sharon.
Somebody did that to Tom once. He was at a restaurant and someone tried to get him in trouble. That was bullshit.
Are you serious?
That was like a year ago.
Swatted. They call it swatted.
Yeah.
Tell me
Yeah,
about it.
he was sitting in a restaurant. All of a sudden, he's confronted by a police officer. I'm like, what the? And Tom's like,
7 police officers.
yeah. And that
Were you
crap-
with him, Chris?
Huh?
Were you with him?
Oh,
No.
God, no, I wasn't with him. And that crap that they gave you shit about your dog, I could not believe that one. That I could not. I was floored when I heard about that one. That couldn't.
What one? Tell me.
About his dog, when he's driving. I see people doing that shit all the goddamn time, and they're going to give you shit over that. Really, Tom?
Yeah, I know.
I
Is
see it
that
down.
not okay?
I see it here in Branson with the people with their dog, their little ass dogs, when they're driving down the street here. So don't tell me there's a law against it.
No, there is
Yeah.
no law against it. No, there's not. Nope.
So yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
It is.
Hi, Frederick. I like Frederick.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I like his comments because you know what? They're not all kiss ass, you know? He
Mhm.
he says things that he means. And by the way, Frederick, I don't get offended, you know? I thought it was funny.
Michigan? Are you from Michigan originally?
Me?
Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
I'm from Wisconsin originally. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Michigan originally. I was born and raised in
Oh, okay.
should I say it, Tom, or no?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, in Belleville, Michigan.
Okay. I'm from Milwaukee.
The Eye of a
Wisconsin.
Tiger, babies.
I'm from
You're
Milwaukee,
from where?
Wisconsin, Milwaukee, born and raised.
I have an aunt that's from there. Her name's Mary Lisa McDermott.
Yeah. And
Mary Lisa McDermott. She was from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
born and raised. Yep.
Wow. Do you miss it?
I miss home a lot. Yes. I don't get me wrong. I like Branson. Branson is a great place to come visit a couple times a year.
Yeah.
But go back home.
Everybody, it's 11:11. Make a wish. Sorry to interrupt you, sweetheart, but it's 11:11. Make a wish.
I just don't like the. Bigger cities have a lot more to offer versus smaller
Wow.
towns.
Chris, do you see someone just said sorry, honey. Faye N said she was born and raised same place.
Yeah.
Maybe you know who she is.
Yeah. I just prefer bigger cities because there's more. You know what I mean? Stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Not me.
I'm not a fan of big towns. I'm just not. I mean, it's so boring here. That's the problem.
She said, what side of Milwaukee, Chris?
South side.
South side.
Oakville or Oak Tree or whatever it is.
I lived in Franklin, Wisconsin when I met Debbie.
Oh, okay.
And then
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes, I know who. And most of my young and adult life was on the east side of Milwaukee.
Yeah, I was on the south side of Milwaukee, so I went to St. Romans. I went to Pulaski High School.
How'd you guys meet? Tell me the love story.
We met at a Sam Goody in the mall.
I was just like,
And a Sam Goody at a Sam Goody store in the mall.
The manager
Okay.
of the store was a friend of mine. And
The manager in the store was a friend of Debbie's,
Yep. He kept
Okay.
interrupting the conversation.
and I kept interrupting the conversation.
And he kept following me
And
around
I kept following her around
like a puppy.
like a puppy. It wouldn't go away,
And he did.
and I did.
He didn't go away though.
Yeah.
Well, you guys get along pretty good, don't you?
Yeah, most of the time. Compared to most of the people around here, yes.
Yeah,
do.
we rarely fight. What's there to fight about? We don't drink, we don't do drugs, so there's no reason to be fighting. What now if we were drinking and now if we were drunk every fucking night of the week, we'd be fighting like all the time going at it.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
I mean, in relationships, honesty and trust are the most important things in a relationship. If you don't have honesty and trust in a relationship, there isn't no relationship. Period.
Amen. Amen.
And you know, and
That's
there's
why.
you know, and you know, I understand a lot of these women and these a lot of women today. I don't know, feel they have to have a man in their life to make them
Yep.
happy. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, people shouldn't feel that way. They have to have somebody in their life.
Exactly.
Do you
Exactly.
feel that way? Do you feel that way? Do you have you have to have a man in your life to make you happy?
I did at some point, but no,
But I mean,
not
a lot of these
anymore.
people feel they have to have that. I mean, it's nice to have a companion. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's
Yeah.
nice to have that, but too many people are just. And I've never dated women my own age ever. I've always dated older women.
Yeah.
Even when I was younger, I've never dated women my own age.
That's interesting. Why?
Because young girls today, they're all about I want to have babies. I don't have no children, by the way. And I'm 40 and I'm 47 years old and I have no children and I'm proud of it. And I still
Excuse me.
even people still ask me, they'll be like, you're 47 years old, you don't have a driver's license and you don't have kids. And you're like, what are you waiting for? And I said, I'm not waiting for anything.
Why
I
don't
just
you have a driver's license?
I just never. And my thing is, if I can't support them, I don't want them to.
That's
You know?
true.
And
Tom,
there's
what
too
are you
many
doing
people.
back there? You're so quiet.
No, just listening.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
there's too many. I mean, you know, there's too many women today that have children and they can't raise them. And I
Heck
don't want
yeah.
to. I know, and it's hard. Trust me, it's difficult to live. I mean, it's the support, but if I can't support it, I don't want it, and that doesn't make me a bad person.
That makes you a great person.
I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of couples and single couples that don't have children at all. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Tom don't have children. He has Daisy.
Yes, exactly.
So how is Daisy doing, Tom? You said she had
Today
this
good.
light.
Today good.
Okay, so you never told me what was going on with why she had pee.
They
Pink
got
pee.
some stones in her bladder, like kidney stones only in your bladder, and she was doing really well, and then kind of had a setback a couple days ago. But
What do you
today
think
she's doing
happened?
fine. I don't know. I don't know. She's taking the medication. I hope that it continues to get better, but I'm not banking on it.
Tom, that's me.
Oh,
wow.
you're such a cute baby. Aww.
That's me. All right. Yeah.
Somebody asked you, Chris, if you had a fear of driving.
No, I've never had a fear of driving. Nope. I was born at 4:38 p.m. I was 8 ounces and 2.5 pounds.
Chris,
wow.
Chris, you said you had a tough childhood.
Yeah, I was institutionalized from 6 to 13.
Why?
His mom had a nervous breakdown.
I'll explain it. My dad was an alcoholic, and my mom had a nervous breakdown. And,
wow.
and the story happened was what I heard. My brother-in-law told me what. So what happened was one day my mom snapped, and my brother fell down the stairs, and he broke his leg. And they put in the report and said that my mom broke his leg, and that never happened. So then that's when they yanked. So that's when they yanked me and my brother out of the home. Me and my brother Peter, and my brother Peter, he hates me for the simple fact of the matter is that my sister took me in when I was 13, and he didn't get out until he was 18.
He had anger issues.
Anger issues. So now he has this hate and anger towards me, and this like total.
Because you made it out and you didn't take him with you.
And he had no choice because the state would not release the brother because they said there's no way that his sister could have handled him.
I understand that, but can you understand why him, as the one who was left in that situation, feels that way?
Right, but you know what? My thing is, that happened so many years ago. People, get over it. But they have so much anger and hate towards me because of something that happened that I had no control over. You're going to hate me now?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know what? I hope.
Move on,
I really hope and pray that changes, honey. I really do.
Well, I don't see it happening. And first of all, he's a horrible father. First of all.
Oh, jeez.
And he's a chronic alcoholic, and he's not a good father.
So he's kind of doing what your daddy did.
Pretty much,
yeah. He's got really severe anger management.
Chris, were you in foster care then?
Yeah, I was.
He was like.
Did you keep in touch with any of those people?
Oh God,
he was in group homes.
I was in group homes and treatment centers.
Wow.
the first place that I went to was on the east side of Milwaukee called Lakeside Children Adolescent Treatment Center, and it was all fenced in, and they had cottages. So you had like A cottage, B cottage, C cottage, and everything was on grounds. The administration building was, schooling was on grounds. So when you got up in the morning, you went to school. It was on the grounds. You didn't leave that property to go to school. Everything was right there. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then when I left Lakeside, then I went over to Willow Glen Academy East on the east side of Milwaukee. That was actually a group home where you were on the third floor and you had like a whole bunch of rooms, and you had to share a room with somebody else, and you had counselors, and you had and when I was at Lakeside, I went home a lot on the weekends. My dad would pick me up on a Friday. My mom and parents would pick me up on Friday to take me back home on a Sunday, back to Lakeside on a Sunday. But I had to earn those passes. They weren't just given. I had to earn them. So if I misbehaved,
Wow.
you don't go home for on the weekends. So
That's crazy.
It was. I mean,
I'm sorry that you dealt with that.
I mean, you know what? There were a lot of bad times. I mean, I got restrained a lot when I was a kid. I got thrown in a quiet room when I was a kid. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. I mean, you think of these kids today, they think they have it bad, man.
Right. No, you're right. You're
And
right.
honest to God, I mean, these kids today have no idea what I endured, what I went through.
No, and they have no respect at all. They have no respect
No, they
at
don't.
all.
It's
know,
sad.
And
They
it's
don't.
like, I know that I have, I cuss a lot and stuff like that, but like every day I've been praying to God. I hope my mom don't see that. I hope my mom don't, like I didn't even think about that because when
you know
I'm in
what?
front of my mom, I don't
And
even
I've learned that,
think one bad word.
in all these years later, I've learned to accept it and moved on. You know what? Because I learned the simple fact of the matter is that I don't hate my mom and dad for what they did, because you know what? Things happen in people's lives that sometimes you just can't control. And that's just the way it is. So I don't sit here all day and think, oh, I had such a rotten life. I'm gonna be an alcoholic now. I'm gonna be a fucking crackhead. No, I don't do shit like that.
Right. Lisa, sorry, Chris, but I
have pain too. I have pain, but I deal with it. I think I deal with my pain differently than others do. I don't know.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody is different. And
Everybody
hey, Lisa, if you're asking me, I don't know if you're asking me, but I read it, so I'm gonna answer it. I don't like that either, the N word.
Who
but
said
hey,
it? Who said it?
Horrible. Get rid of that.
Maddie, she said that word like a lot, and I don't even want to say it to mimic, but she didn't say it like the ER, like saying it offensively. She said it like a friend, like, what up, ma? Da-da-da-da-da.
Okay. I have a question to ask you about that too right away. Why is it okay for black people to use that word, but when a white person uses that word, we're out of line?
It's not okay, and I don't even think that.
But why is it okay for black people to talk like that, though?
Who cares?
Well, I don't think it's right for them to talk that way, but we can't.
Well, we shouldn't.
What do you mean we shouldn't?
Why would you call someone that? You want to get
Why is it that black people can I don't understand. Why is it okay for them to use that? But they do.
So what?
But if we
different though. It's different.
No, it's not different, Tom.
How is it different? You tell me.
It is different.
How?
Because blacks were under the rule of the white people during slavery, and blacks were not.
That's the other N word, though.
But if a white person uses it, they want to put a cap in your ass for using it. You know what I mean? But
not all people, though. I've had a lot of, like, to be honest, I live in Hamtramck, and I have a lot of black friends, mostly black friends. And if I were to say it, they wouldn't care. They tell me, they're like, girl, you an Oreo. And I start laughing. And we laugh about how they think that about me, but I don't have to talk a certain way. Because you know how some white girls will wear like these huge ass hoop earrings and like put grease and oil in their hair. And it's like, why are you doing that?
And Tom, what do you think about them removing certain labels off products like Aunt Jemima because she's black? I mean, that's just ridiculous too.
Well, I used to think that, but
I don't really know.
I got older. It's not for us to decide who's offended.
It's their thing.
But I just don't see what the big. I mean, I don't see how it's racist.
No, I don't know. I don't think that anybody that had a product that they wanted to promote would put Aunt Jemima on the front.
But how is it being
planning
racist?
on going out of business. I think they honored an older black lady that may have been in a role of fixing breakfast. It wasn't derogatory.
Right.
Exactly.
Good night,
But-
Lisa.
But it's up to the blacks to decide if they're offended or not. And if they are, well, then you shouldn't use it. It's just like it took a while for the light bulb to come on to me. In my college, we used to be the Eastern Michigan Hurons. Then the
Right.
Indians didn't like it. And they said, I said, well, what do you mean you didn't like it? We were proud that we were named after Native Americans. They said,
Yeah.
well, you know what? How were you raised? Like I was raised Catholic. Well, it's like, how would you like it if your college football team scored a touchdown and they simulated Ash Wednesday? Put a big puff of gray smoke, gray ashes on your forehead and twirled around. I thought, you know what?
That's
right.
true. Yeah.
That's like we had the Milwaukee, our big group there was Marquette University. We had the Marquette, what was it called back then?
Warriors, right?
Yeah, the Marquette Warriors. They changed that name to the Golden Eagles. And so
Yeah.
what? It didn't harm any of
And they did that, and they did that with one of the shows here. We have a show called Here Dixie Stampede, but they got rid of the Dixie because they felt it was a
So
problem.
now it's Dolly Parton Stampede.
Right, exactly, because they got rid of the Dixie part. I mean, come on.
I mean, Dixie is a word, and so what? I mean, to me, that doesn't.
It's like the country. It's like that
Right.
country.
Song Dixie is
It's
Dixie
like that-
Chicks without chicks.
It's like those two country groups, the Dixie Chicks. Now they're called the Chicks, or Lady Antebellum is now called Lady A. I mean, really, come on. How
Are
is
you
any of that-
serious?
Yeah, they're not
I
called the
mean, do
Dixie.
you have to erase the history? Because then I guess we can never talk about slavery
Right,
because
you know.
it's going to be gone, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it's there.
Yeah,
it was
but
there.
listen, you guys, let's be real. Slavery might have ended, but racism is real.
Well, I
Right,
know
right.
it
Still
is.
is real.
But my thing about racism, we shouldn't even have racism in this country anymore.
No, we should not.
Equality for
At all.
everyone.
Period.
Whether
Have
it's a
any
woman,
there
a
should be
black
no
person, a Mexican
races in this
person.
country anymore. And
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah. But
And more
I would say that the majority of the people that are like that in my experience, everybody's experiences are
Well,
different. Are the
right.
white people.
And
You
I'm
know?
really the reason why, and I'm starting
Yeah,
to
I've
think
seen
that,
that.
in the last couple of years, racist hasn't really been a big thing, but now it's becoming bigger and bigger now because of these police officers that are shooting black people. 20,
For no
30
reason. For
But
no
20
reason.
right. But 20, 30 years ago, you didn't hear about black, police officers, doing what they're doing to these black people
Because
today.
a lot of things were hidden, Chris.
Just
I
like
was just gonna say, yeah, because people didn't make it a thing, but they did these big movements, just like that shit with R. Kelly. These women made the Me Too movement. They did the Black Lives Matter, and
you didn't
right
hear about
on.
stuff like that.
What we need to do is find a government that's strong enough to say KKK is not allowed if you're part of the KKK.
Thank you,
but
thank
we didn't-
you.
But we
Take
didn't
that
hear.
Confederate flag shit down. That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
But we didn't hear
Thank
about.
you.
Neo-Nazis, but nobody's doing it.
But we didn't hear about.
Nobody's
those
doing
things.
it.
We didn't hear about
Nobody.
officers shooting black people 30 years ago, and they weren't making such a big deal about it like they are now.
No, exactly. Just
You
like
know.
when I talked about this on one of the other chats too a little bit. Just like when addiction first came out and it was all the black people dying. You didn't hear all about it like this. People didn't call it no epidemic or no
Right.
problem or no disease. It ain't no damn disease.
I don't
We got a
understand.
mental health illness. You know what I
don't
mean?
understand.
But when the rich white people start dying, their kids were dying. Then now it's an epidemic. Now it's a disease.
Yeah. They've always been, though. You look at Janis Joplin. I mean, she was one of the early ones.
Right.
Jim Morrison of the Doors. He was one of the early ones. We saw a
Yeah.
lot of people who were dying from drugs, but they thought, well, that was a Hollywood problem, not our problem. So who knows? We can't.
Well-
we can't just everything.
And I don't understand. The other thing is with so many with the crime, with this crime going, it was so bad all over the country and everywhere. I don't understand why it's more black people dying than white people. I mean, I'm not saying.
It's the worst neighborhoods, and there's more.
But do you ever notice
African-Americans
that
in
though?
the bad
It's more
neighborhoods,
black
yes.
people dying than white people from shootings and murders.
Because more gangs are black and they're also Hispanic.
Well,
and
yeah,
that's why we have that. We need to have
Yeah.
the police also. We need to call the National Guard, whatever, break up these damn gangs in every city like
Right.
Detroit
Yeah, that's true.
and Milwaukee and Chicago.
Yeah,
And if they're in a gang, throw them in prison
Yeah.
because they're the ones that are doing all the drive-by shootings and the shooting of all these innocent people for
Right.
what?
yeah.
Right. Tom.
Yeah.
There was a comment for someone for me. It was I think it was because it was an Arabic letter. Will you go back to that so I can read it? Will
Yeah,
you read
well,
it to me?
yeah. Hold on. I'll put it back up there.
Sorry, Chris and Debbie. Will you
What
read
did
it to
they
me?
What
Because
did they
it's hard
say?
for me to read. It's
So
hard for me to read it.
what did you think about that George Floyd case?
You know, I didn't follow it that much. I hardly ever watch the news. I'm so sick of it. I think that comment got deleted.
Goldman was wrong. He deserved what he got.
No,
He
I
should-
see it. It's right here. I want to ask the Muslim woman up there to watch one person's shows about, I can't read that, Islam.
Islam and David Wood. I know not
Okay.
to promote another's YouTube, but she should be aware of the truth.
What truth, honey? I want to know what truth you're talking about, and I will watch it. But will you please? And it's okay to promote someone else's YouTube. That's okay. Why not? Tom doesn't mind that. Do you, Tom?
No. Nope.
You know,
Tom, do you
don't
think there's a
ever
lot of drama on YouTube?
Oh,
don't
fuck,
ever
man.
feel that way. You know.
It didn't take you long to say anything, did you?
Mm-mm.
He answered that right away, didn't he?
But you know,
What do you
drama
think,
sells.
Chris?
I've never been on. I just started going on this recently with Tom. I never really have done it before. I've
Well,
never
what do you
done
think
it.
about the drama?
I've never
It
done.
gets to be too much on some people who are allowed to get away with saying anything, like the chick that did the stuff to Tom, saying
Yeah.
he was a serial killer.
Yeah.
She's still allowed to have a channel.
Yeah,
She should
they
be
need to-
locked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, they need to put and take her ass out.
I mean,
I'm
they need to
sorry.
start monitoring that stuff more closely. If that kind of stuff goes on, they should
Because
take it
YouTube
off
should not be
permanently
used for
banned.
drama, and I'm sorry. It shouldn't be used
But
for that.
you know, we put our lives out there, and the problem is we shouldn't. You know, it's. I don't know if it's so. I think it's our humanity that's in judgment right here. Like, we can give constructive criticism. We can, give people advice. Like, someone gave me advice about smoking by my kids. Absolutely right. And it made me think, like, if I'll quit smoking to sit in my brand new car, why won't I quit smoking for my kids?
Yeah, but
right?
while you're on that, you've got a vent right over your head.
Yeah, I do. There's a window. Crap, I don't know
But
if I can
YouTube,
reach.
it's one thing. The YouTube
Right
channel.
there.
You want
You
to
got a
promote.
vent too, don't you?
Yeah, it's right up in that window. Yeah,
Okay.
it vents right up
mean-
all in.
YouTube is a great is a great platform for if you want to make videos or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
to be out there causing drama and making people's lives miserable, those people they should just take down immediately.
Or bullying, like you guys. I wanna
Especially that
tell you-
goddamn bitch in Flint that keeps harassing Tom all the time. She needs to go somewhere.
You love Tom, don't you?
I would show up at her house and I'd give her an earful from I'd give her an earful.
Yeah, that's not right. It's not right. You know,
Yeah,
and
so-
even how they were messing with Maddie at
And
first.
I don't
That's
even
not right
subscribe to her
either.
channel. Here's the
She
weird
has
thing is
no life.
I don't even subscribe to her channel, and when I pull on my YouTube on my TV, it shows her Tom. So if you're not a subscriber, people's videos will show up, right?
Yeah, recommended.
Oh, how can you completely erase that person?
You can't.
Oh, you can't.
No, it's YouTube promoting her.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Will you read that question? He just answered my question for him about that other that
Have you
YouTube show.
Have you and Tom ever actually met in person?
No, but I hope
No?
we will.
Okay.
I got a hold of him about Maddie because I was devastated, like I just
Oh, how long have you been talking to Tom for now?
Week.
there you go.
Just a week. Wow. Short
Well,
time.
a little bit longer than that.
Not much.
No, like a week and a half.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Well, we can't say something that's not true because we're gonna get checked on it tomorrow, y'all. Okay. Hi, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, inshallah. Salam alaikum.
There's one person in this world that did a lot of good for this world, and you know what? I wish he was still here.
Who?
Oh,
Mr. Rogers.
You're right.
I love
He's
Mr.
right.
Rogers.
That man
Right.
did a lot. That man did a lot for the
People don't even know.
and a lot of people don't even realize what that man did for children.
You know my favorite president, you guys?
Oh,
Guess.
Shit.
I don't know.
Reagan.
I'm a Democrat.
Reagan.
So it might be different.
Bill
Reagan.
Clinton, baby. Bill Clinton.
I like
Oh.
Bill Clinton, but I love Jimmy Carter.
So you're not a Trump supporter?
Are you seriously going to ask me that right now? Do
Well, I
you
don't
see
know.
this?
You have
Do
to
you
ask.
see this headscarf on my head? Sharon calls it a towel, but you see this on my
Now what
head?
about now?
I love Jimmy Carter. He was building houses for the homeless for years.
What
It
about
was
you,
nice.
Tom?
Yeah.
You're neither or, Tom. Tom,
About what?
You're neither or, right?
About what?
Yes, the Quran is the final word, and I do
Who
believe
you like,
that, honey.
Trump or Biden?
Well, I'll tell you, as I've gotten older, I was a Republican.
Happy Ramadan.
As I've gotten older, I've backed off that, although I'm not a Biden fan. And I thought Whitmer did a pretty good job with COVID.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm an independent.
Well, if things keep going the way they are, we're going to get another big fat Social Security increase next year.
That's the only up thing about it. So I'm waiting for
that's
my
the only-
Social Security. It keeps going up.
That's the
while
only
I'm
good
waiting
thing.
to
That's the only
collect,
good thing
so-
about it, right?
So I'm 66 in 10 months. It's going to keep going up. It's like, fine, let the economy be.
She's 63, and you could never tell.
What?
She's 63.
Tiffany saw your comment on Maddie's. It said, I hope you overdose. I never said that. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
Tiffany would never say that, Lana. No
Oh
way.
my gosh. Someone probably made a fake channel, but I would never, ever say
See how
that.
that we're trying to have a conversation, and drama's already starting already. See how that works?
Well, as soon as you guys let me up here, you should have knew that was gonna happen, y'all.
Well,
They heard me.
You know,
They must have heard me say it, so now they want to cause drama now.
If it's politics,
Yeah.
religion, or sexual orientation, I guess those are three things that are not okay. But we're all different religions. As long as we all believe in a higher power, who really cares?
So Tom, explain. So
Right.
we're live on YouTube right now.
Right.
So someone could be sitting at their home watching this right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh wow, damn! I thought it was
See?
only live on StreamYard. I didn't know that.
Thank you. I thought that the first time.
Yeah,
Did
Tiffany
you see
thought
that
that
first
too.
one where I was like cussing
Really?
and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for saying
I
that.
didn't know
because
that.
I
So
do
you're
not
telling me. So
seem
you're telling me
like
my
an
neighbor.
idiot.
So you're telling me my neighbor above me could be on YouTube right now. He could be watching this right now.
Yeah.
Yes, someone in another country could be watching it.
That's creepy.
No, what it is StreamYards is an app that overlays over YouTube.
Okay.
So you can watch it on YouTube or you can watch it on StreamYard. But
I agree,
YouTube,
Prophet Muhammad.
yeah, if I did a YouTube, we wouldn't be able to talk like this. It would just be typing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's why I do StreamYard. It just brings our faces in. People can see us.
Yeah.
Tiffany doesn't need to type.
You're getting a
You
lot
don't
more.
need to type.
You're getting a lot more used to the camera. I noticed, Tom. For a while there, you weren't even afraid to show.
No, I wasn't. But the reason for that was because I thought, who wants to see my face while I'm talking?
People check our David's channel, like and subscribe. Who's that?
Yeah, put a link to it, Mary.
Are you going to watch your video? Are you
David
gonna watch?
Walzak, the guy right here. He's a big this guy right here.
Okay.
He's got a good
Yeah,
channel.
everybody
He's a great
go there.
father. He's got a cute daughter that's trying to get her channel ramped up.
Are you going to watch your channel tomorrow night live?
Who's?
Barbarella, whatever her name is.
Oh, well, yeah. Barbarella is cool, actually.
That's not her real name, is it?
Probably
No,
not.
that came from a Jane Fonda movie.
Oh, okay.
Who is the Connie person? They're doing a cyberbullying thing tonight, you guys.
Connie W?
I don't know. No, I think it's Connie M or something. I don't know. Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, I don't really know on that.
Ugh.
Copying this one right here, Dave Walzak. He's a good guy. He's a great dad.
Hey, do you know anything about phones?
Who,
Hello.
me?
Yeah.
No, I know absolutely nothing. I actually need a phone.
Oh, damn.
Why?
Oh, I was just wondering. Somebody left this in a room the other day.
Is it broken?
It's a little bit. It's a little right here. It's a little bit, but it works though.
Oh, sell it. Shoot.
It's a Samsung. But I can't delete everything off it because I don't know the person's email password.
Oh. Tom.
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
Kelly's back.
Kelly who?
Kelly, Mama Kelly.
Where is she?
He never ceases to amaze me. I'm about to share
She just came back on YouTube.
Oh, okay, good for her.
Didn't that Kelly girl?
Didn't
Didn't you
my
interview a
best
girl named
to live
Kelly?
by his word.
Yeah.
I really haven't, and I've
And
been
she
doing
passed
my
away,
best
right?
to help others.
Yeah,
and
this one's the
try
live
to keep
one.
myself focused, and you know, I mean, I'm not a saint. None of us
This
are.
girl,
We all make
this girl
mistakes.
accused you of not paying her money
but
one time.
Yeah.
I do my
Remember this
best
girl? I remember that
to
video. She accused you of not paying her
do
money.
what's right. And
You're
when
right.
I do
You got a
make a
good memory.
mistake, trust me, he convicts my spirit with the quickness.
You still talk to her?
No.
But
Can you guys hear that?
I'm on
Yeah.
a mission right now.
Yeah,
Do you want me to turn it off?
No.
God put something on my heart, and I've spoke to a couple people about it.
I know
But
you
there's
can
a
hear
few
me,
more
Raheem.
people I need to speak with before I make any final decisions. However, I have one of my missions already in play, and by things going so well, I feel like God is leading me to do this. So, what I'm going to be doing is helping another female. Now, you all know that I have this house. I have 3 bedrooms. You know, I'm here by myself. Da da da. Well, I know this girl. She's 39. That was the age Sarah was when she died. Same situation, like with addiction. How Sarah was, but she's not unhealthy like Sarah was, as far as physical health. And she just needs some guidance, And
So she's basically saying that she's gonna help somebody. She's
I hope she
asking
does. She could if she wanted to.
I
You know?
love her. I don't know why. I just do.
But it'll have his
That was the one girl that tried to.
letterhead and all that on there. And I just wanted you guys to know that for those of you that still believe in me and have believed me all this time, I love you guys. I thank you guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. There's going to be a lot more videos to come because things are starting to really fall in place for me. I go to the dentist, like I say, in May. I cannot wait. The smile is going to be like, bling! You're going to have to put sunglasses on to see these beauties. And I'm just happy right now where I'm at in my life. So
That's
I
good.
just wanted to give shout outs across the United States, all my girls, Iowa, Maryland, Florida.
Hold on. This person made a video about her, you guys. I didn't hear her ask for money, did you guys?
No.
Me either. But hey,
I
whatever.
wish the best for her. I really do.
I know you do. That's awesome of you. I do too. I do too. Okay, so Carrie Ann B. Oh no, that wasn't her. She commented on. Did you see that thing I did earlier? Listen, I was so mad. I wish I could delete it, but people already seen it now, so it would be fake. Listen, Tom, it's funny. Oops, sorry. See that? Can you hear it? Okay, anyway. Before I start talking, because this shaky lady got me tripping over here at 6 something in the morning, okay? Talk about my towel. Are you stupid? It was about the towel on my head. I was like, are you stupid? You want to talk about my towel and my teeth? Well, I can fix my teeth and I can take this damn towel off. But you know what? If you ever come and say something like that to me, your teeth are going to look worse than mine. You messing with the wrong one.
There's a lot of people in Branson that look like they've been chewing on jumper cables.
That's how I
Really?
look.
Yeah, but you had a legitimate genetic gum disease.
Yeah, but the more I'm finding out, I really think that the methadone and stuff really did play a big part of it.
I lost my teeth because I didn't take care of my teeth.
That's what my biggest thing. Like, just because I have a genetic gum disease does not mean.
And I regret it every day.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people around here in Branson that have no teeth.
Yeah. Well, if I would have took If I would have took better care of my teeth, then it
Right.
wouldn't have progressed so fast. And if I wouldn't have been on methadone for all them years, they wouldn't have broke away like they did. But I chose to do the things I did. And no, they didn't fall out in active heroin addiction, but they did during recovery. And I'm sure doing drugs played a part in it, you know? Yeah, that's true, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Sorry if you guys heard me cough. I tried to cover the mic thing. But looks like they left me, you guys. Oh man. Brahim, what are you over there doing? You want to come say hi? Brahim. Any of you guys watch that um TV Australia, the lady that removes pimples and
Wanna go pee-pee?
Dr. Mercy?
Oh,
She removes like lipomas and stuff.
I had to
Why'd
go.
y'all leave me?
I had to go outside and have a cigarette. I don't smoke in here.
Oh,
okay.
God bless you.
Yeah, that's why.
More singing, girl? Listen, my throat hurts. Have I spoken to Maddie, Rita? No. You know what? If I could tell the Tom, can I tell the truth on here?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I tried to message her after all that stuff because I was so mad. Like I was so upset. I wasn't mad, I was hurt, but I don't know her. We knew each other through our baby daddies. First of all, they were not baby daddies. I might have acted like a baby mama. Yes, I did. But they were not baby daddies. First of all, the father of her son is a great father. Up until the day he died, God rest his soul, he was a great father. And the father of, sorry, I'm checking my son. Sorry, I had to get up and go in the other room. The father of my son is a great father too. So that comment I think made me more mad than the one that she said she didn't know me. So no, I really haven't. I messaged her, I called her, all that stuff. She didn't answer. She read it because on Facebook how it be popping up. I have to move in the other room so I can smoke a cigarette. I have not completely quit out like smoking in the house, but I do go in the other room away from the kids, or I make the kids go upstairs and I smoke underneath the bed, by the way. So, and that was because of that woman's comment. So thank you for giving me that constructive criticism because it really made me think. But anyways, so yeah, no, I haven't talked to her. And excuse me, sorry. I tried to cover the mic, but that ain't working. Um no, and I probably won't for a while. If she calls me and says she needs something, I will absolutely help her. Um if she needs food, if you're watching this or anybody that knows Maddie's watching this, I have not like washed my hands of her, absolutely not. But I had to learn to like stop basically begging her to take my help because that's what I was doing. And I don't care if it made me look desperate, but I was desperate. I wanted her to get better. I wanted her to be okay. And I was not defending who she is today. I was defending who she used to be. You know what I'm saying, Rita? I just was sick of reading all these stories of things that did not happen. Sick of watching these lives of people saying this stuff that was not true. And, at that time, she was ignoring everybody and really, being a different person. Now she's getting, it's kind of funny that she chose to set the record straight with me and Tom because we're really the ones who, a couple of the ones who really love her, right, Tom? Did that make you
Yeah,
feel?
yeah,
Didn't that make you feel some kind of way that now she
yeah,
decides to set the record straight? Um. So, and it's like you didn't set the record straight. You lied so people would give you some money. So it's, and that's okay because that's what we do as addicts, you know. Thank you, Rita. Thank you for understanding because I do love her. And whoever wrote that comment, whichever Tiffany wrote that comment, you're an asshole. Because wishing somebody that they overdose, that's terrible, ain't it, Tom?
yeah.
That's terrible. How dare you say that to somebody?
I,
Like,
I stopped giving money. I stopped giving money to the homeless people out here because they're just going to buy alcohol and booze. Now, if they were going to take the money, if they were going to go to the store with it, I'd be more than glad to go there with them.
mm-hmm.
But if they're just going to go out, they're just going to go to the liquor store and get shit faced. I'm not going to give it to them.
Is Tom single? No, he's not single. Right, Tom?
Right.
We had a couple we were worried about when we first met them. They were homeless. They lost their child, and we gave them all this stuff. We were at a cakewalk. We gave them all of our bakery and suggested other people give them stuff too, so they had something to eat. And, they ended up getting a place to stay. But I don't know. He's now in a mental hospital. We still see her. We give her stuff when we can. But
okay, let me tell you a story that happened here back in 2015. Okay,
go ahead.
We live at the Greenbrier, and right across the parking lot is 3 other buildings. Okay, and then behind. So in the parking lot was the old Windsor, and then behind Windsor there was another building down there that was full of extended stays. Well, back in 2015, before me and Debbie end up moving, before we end up moving here, a little girl got murdered here in one of these extended stay here because
my gosh.
And what happened was
parents did a lot of drugs.
The parents did a lot of drugs, and they weren't watching her kid, and they weren't watching their kid. This girl would go to people's rooms around people's
and ask for food,
and ask for this and ask for that. And one day she walked into some guy's old room, and she didn't know and the parents were found neglected for it because the parents were doing the drugs and they were doing, you know what I mean?
They found her body underneath the bed.
Yeah, they found her body under the bed. Yeah. So that's the problem with parents. I mean, they don't watch their kids today. You can't be letting your kids just go around and not
know where they are,
not know where they're at.
Right.
It's scary,
My son Brahim the other day, he comes. I was actually calling Tom, asking him about that. It was the day after that live. I was like, Tom, please take it down. I was like crying and all and stuff. And my son comes in and was like, Mom, I need $5. And I was okay, what do you want $5 for? Yeah, I see.
Okay, we're getting.
He's telling you a story. Shush.
We're getting 388 J1 students here, and they're going to put 4 people per room, $100 a week each.
Wow.
Now let her talk.
That's cool.
Go ahead, talk.
Shush.
Oh no, that's okay. Thank you, Debbie, but that's okay. I
interrupt.
Tiffany,
finish, Tiffany.
I do too, though. It's okay. Thank you, guys. But it's okay, Chris. It's okay, honey. So he was like, Mom, I want to have $5. I was like, okay, $5.
Tom, that's my room.
That's nice.
Nice.
And I said, okay, here, take $5. But what do you want to do with it? He's like, the homeless guy wants it. And I was like, okay, because there's 2 of them. There's one that will go to like Family Dollar or this or that and like sell things for more than what he bought it for. But I always like that because I think at least he's not trying to just get money. He's actually trying to give something in return, So I like that concept. He's trying to do something, So it was either him or there's a dude that sits at the corner and plays music, and I love, like, my kids give him food, and because I told them, if you go to Checkers, right, and you buy 2 burgers, and this guy's hungry, give them 1 burger, because you don't need 2 burgers, So they learned that, and now they do it every time. Sometimes they do it too much. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I give them my food card, they'll go spend $25, and I'm like, "Are you serious?" But at the same time, I gotta be proud of them. So I give my son the money. I go outside because I think this guy is right there, right, Chris? Mm-hmm. This guy was not right here. Brahim goes all the way down the street. I can't even see the guy, and I'm like, Oh, hecky no. I don't got no scarf on. I don't got nothing. I'm sitting here screaming down the street, which, contrary to how I spoke the first darn live, I thought like you did that it was just a stream yard. I
Yeah.
don't be acting like that in public, just around people that know me that I can hang out with. So I'm screaming, Brahim, Brahim. And I finally tell Noah, go get him. Go see what he's doing.
Mhm.
And it did happen to be that guy. But you're right, Chris. People don't imagine if I wouldn't have watched my son and that was some killer.
Right, exactly. These parents, they don't watch after their kids today. They just let them. They're 18. They let them go at 18, and then that's it.
Right. And that's one of the many, 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 many things I love about the Arab culture is they do not have a time limit at all. Like
It's like even here we have three floors here. We have a
yeah.
third floor. We're on the bottom, right? And I see little kids hanging off the railings on the third floor up there, and the parents are nowhere to be found. What happens if that kid that was hanging on that railing fell in the parking lot in the concrete? Then what? I mean, these parents aren't even watching their kids when they're hanging over railings or going down laundry chutes. I mean, where
That's
are the parents?
crazy.
Then
I live in
then who's
Hamtramck, you guys. Sorry,
and then who
Chris. I live in
and then,
Hamtramck.
then who's responsible? The owner? Well, the property is responsible, right? I don't know, but these
No,
kids are playing in the street. They're playing in the parking lot here, and these people that drive through this parking lot, they don't look after these kids. They don't care. They just
they don't hear either. If you
exactly.
look up in Hamtramck, these kids still drive at like 16, 17 years old, right? And there's 3 little black girls that got hit, and thank you God, none of them died.
It's
But
like my
isn't that
neighbor.
crazy?
Yeah, it's like my neighbor here. He's good friends with Kate and Eric who live above us. Are very
Yeah.
nice people, and and he cusses and curses right in front of their little 2 and 3 year old kids all the time.
Oh, they're 1-year-old.
They're 1 year old. I mean, and I it's like I don't even say anything.
Chris, can I tell you something? I cuss in front of my kids.
I know that.
But I didn't when they were really, really little, which that doesn't give an excuse, okay? It does
But then
not.
if you cuss in front of your children and then they start using that language, then they get scolded.
It's my fault.
Like,
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Because
So,
I've seen that a lot. I've seen that when I was living in Franklin, Wisconsin. We had a couple, and they were always doing that. And then when the kid went in, he slapped the kid in the mouth, his son in the mouth, because he used language. Well, what do you expect? You guys are using it in front of him.
right.
Oh,
And you know what? This
and he thinks
YouTube,
it's okay to use it then. But then if you try to intervene and say something, they'll be like, "Don't tell me how to raise my son or my daughter." I mean,
well, that, I can understand that point of view because my mom, and I'm not down on my mom for anybody who sees this that knows me, because my mom is awesome, mom, okay? But
she's
she
still
said,
living.
yes, thank you, God, yes.
Very
She
fortunate.
says,
You're very
she,
fortunate.
yes, I am. And she says the F word every other time. But she taught us, don't do what I do what I say.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, I will not cuss in front of my mom. I was telling you earlier, Chris, that I was praying to God. I still am every day that she does not see that first video because I haven't even talked to her in like a long time.
Yeah.
But if she sees that, she will be so embarrassed and so like, oh, she's never came to my house, but I'm sure she'd probably drive out here and smack the crap out of me.
I've been in Walmart. I've been in stores, and I hear these parents cussing their kids out right. I mean, literally in front of everybody, and it's like, but you want to say something, but then you're afraid to say something because if you do, then they're gonna, you know what I mean?
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, Chris, I agree with you, but at the same time, that first YouTube video I did, the comments about my teeth really, got to me,
Right.
obviously, or I wouldn't be wearing a face mask.
Yeah.
But the smoking and the cussing,
Yeah.
I had to look at myself. I had to look at myself.
Are you
And
a
you know
single?
what?
Are you a single mom?
No, I'm married. I was a single mom for 8
Okay.
years.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
you know, either way, that really made me look at myself, you guys, and I had to think, you know what? That does look terrible. Like, I'm not talking about my teeth. I already knew those looked terrible.
Yeah.
But look at the way I sound. Like, really? That's how I sound? And me and my friends, we laugh about it. And, in high school, when people see me, Chris, like people I knew from back in the day, what
Right.
up, Tiffany, mother effing have a seat, biatch? That's how people address me. So that could tell you how I talk.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was just natural.
You got
But
the-
seeing that,
You got the Michigan accent.
yeah, I guess so. My mom would punch me at the age 91. Yeah, exactly, John. Exactly, yo. You know, that is just true talk there, okay? But yeah,
Hey,
you're
Tom,
right
I
though,
have a
Chris.
question to ask you, Tom.
Mm.
Question to ask
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Do you think a lot of these homeless people that you see on the streets today, you think they put themselves in these situations a lot of times, or no?
No, I
Yeah.
don't think they have the life skills to do differently.
Okay.
Why, Tom? Why? There's a couple
Okay.
girls that you
Let me
met,
ask you
Tom.
something. I live in an extended stay, and I'm ashamed of it. But you know what? I'm glad I have a roof over my head. Okay, and I have a place to sleep every night. But, you know, when they kick people out, you know, people that live in extended stays, they have no rights. They can kick you out. They can kick you out of an extended stay within 24 hours, and your ass is on the street.
Yeah, I know. You're right. Yep, I know it.
And you know what I mean? And I've seen a lot of people that have been kicked out of here over the years, and they have nowhere to go.
But why are you ashamed? If you guys are living right and you're clean and you're not doing drugs and you're not doing nothing bad,
I want a house. I want an apartment with a kitchen.
okay,
that's
so
the house
work
down
towards
here.
that. Work towards
We're
that.
working
You
on
can
it.
get that.
We're working on it.
So you can do it. Exactly. You know, you can absolutely do it, Chris and Debbie. You guys, there's no reason you can't do it. So just keep that in your mind. Don't be ashamed of something. You have more than many people have.
I just
You
gotta
know?
stop my money away.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you guys have each
On
other.
this
That's
crap, I gotta
probably
stop my money away on this crap.
okay.
I had
So put it closer so I can see, Chris. I can't see it very
What
good.
is it?
I had a house. We left my house and we came out here.
Those are all my
I lived off
movies and
that money
CDs.
for a while.
Yeah, I seen it. That's cool. Okay, go ahead, Debbie. I didn't hear what you said. You had a house, but you came out here.
Yeah, I sold my house when we came out here. We lived off that money for a couple of years, and like now it's like I'm not able to work anymore.
Because we live. Debbie used to own her home in a mobile home park, and I got to be too friendly with the neighbors, and the neighbors started causing problems and complaining to Debbie, and and things just escalated really bad to the point where we were almost forced to have to move.
Yeah, I've been there for 30 years, so
Yeah.
it was really hard.
So it's kind of my fault. Indirectly, it's my fault why we had to move. Unfortunately.
Well, but you know what? Debbie thought that you were worth it and came with you.
Well, I brought him with me because
Yeah.
I had the
Well-
money from the house.
well,
and
that-
we went out here.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like she left
Yeah.
everything and sold everything to be with you. So that should tell you what kind of man you are.
Yeah.
You're worth all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We kind of wanted to live out here because we wanted to get away from the cold and the danger. I mean,
Yeah.
it's getting so dangerous in Milwaukee.
Oh,
that
it's so dangerous there now.
I'm getting older. I don't want to retire in a place like that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I, for one, I love your guys' story, and it is inspiring, and it's beautiful to see two
Yeah.
people that are so beautiful and that love each
Yeah.
other. You know, it is inspiring. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Oh, sure. I love him
And-
when I don't want to kill him. So far, he's
Tom.
been here for 18 years. Let's see if he can make it to 20.
He will. And Tom,
Yeah.
have you ever wanted to be in love, Tom?
That's a good question. It was never really on the table, to be honest with you.
But did you ever want to feel that feeling of, you know, when you go to see a person, that butterflies or that tension, you know?
Honestly, I to be truthful, I just don't think it was ever in the cards for me.
I don't know. I think someone's going to come along.
Look at that.
Oh, wow. That's a nice picture.
That's me, and my brother. Who do you think? Which one do you think is me?
I think you're the one with the vest.
Yep, that's me. Sure in the hell is. Yep.
See, I'm good at things like that.
Yep, that's right.
Oh.
Everybody wants to be in love. Amen, Simca. I love your name, by the way, Simca. That's beautiful. Tom is too smart to believe in a fantasy.
And
I
this is
thought
our
you had a girlfriend.
Tom. This is our other dog that passed away in November.
Oh, November
Sorry
what?
about that.
December 10th.
Yep, we got him. We got him 4 years ago from a guy that used to live here that got hauled off in handcuffs.
And he was old.
And he was old and he was in bad
The
shape.
police would have put him down,
Yes.
so we took him in.
Exactly. He was 16.
Oh, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
There's another picture of him right there. Even his name was Cole.
He's so cute. Look at Coley, baby. Oh.
For 3 years.
And then we lost our other dog Harley from a tick bite. Tom.
From a tick bite?
Yep, a tick got a hold of him.
Out here, you get the Lone Star ticks, which can give them tick fever. They
Yep.
turn bright red. And
Yep.
by the time we took him to the vet, his kidneys were gone.
Yep.
And that just broke my heart because he was a baby. He was
Yep.
the baby of all three, the youngest one.
Yep.
How old was he?
He was only 8.5.
Yep, 8.5.
My God, I never heard of that.
A tick bite.
Like Sasha's 15, she's fine now. I've been doing my own veterinary work with her because the veterinarian wanted to put her down. And she's eating and drinking and doing everything that they didn't think she'd be able to do. So I'm ignoring the vets for now. I don't want to get her teeth done, but I'm taking care of these problems first. Put some weight on her first. Let's see what happens.
What was the tick?
A Lone Star tick. They come from Texas, and we're in Missouri, so we're right there, and we get those ticks. But our dog was completely red underneath his fur. He was so hot. I kept putting towels in the freezer and using them on him. He kept trying to scamper away, but I wanted to keep him cool. And the vet said,
Yeah.
"You're doing the right thing until you can get him in." By the time we got him in, his kidneys were shot. You know, we tried so
Well-
hard to, you know.
Look
Yeah,
at
that was someone who was asking you. They also asked where was the tick at, like on the dog's body.
In his ear,
On the
his
bottom
ear.
of his earlobe,
Bottom
I
of his
found
earlobe.
it.
Yep.
By the time I took it out, that was after he was already bred. When I found the ticks, I figured there had to be something on him. I'm searching all over. There's just a little bump at the bottom of his earlobe. And that's where it was. You know, we took
I'm
it
so
out.
sorry.
Oh, I was so heartbroken that year. And then we lost Cole, and now they're telling me put Sasha down. I'm like, no, I'm going to save her life. And I'm doing really good so far. So we'll see what we can do. She's 15. But I don't want to be without my third
Okay.
puppy.
You see that girl right there?
Yeah, Tom, go back to that comment. Go back to
Here,
that
now,
comment.
here,
Tom.
now, here's a story in itself right there. Now, this girl
Yeah.
right there in the picture, she used to live here about, what was her name?
What girl?
The one that died that we knew.
Oh, yeah.
What did she die from?
Marina.
Marina, remember what she passed from?
She was an alcoholic, and she had a lot of issues
She
with
was
that.
an alcoholic and she was an addict and she had a lot of issues.
She had problems with her kidneys, but she had
Yeah, she had a lot of problems
she
with her
was-
kidneys.
I guess she had the vaccination when she was a baby, like all babies get vaccinated. The vaccine affected her kidneys when she was young. So she had tons of kidney issues. She didn't want to go see the doctor when she was in pain. We kept telling her, go to the ER, get this taken care of. By the time she got to the ER, she had swollen up too much and she died.
Yeah.
You know, she was only
Oh,
32 years old.
Yeah.
But she drank all the time. She's like, I'm not going to live long because my kidneys are so bad. I've only got like 6 months to a year. And I'm not going to be around long. You know, within a couple months, she was gone. You know,
that is so sad.
I
I'm
know.
so sorry, you guys. Tom, did you read that comment from that BRT 2006?
Yeah.
She said, "You sexy." She said, he's so smart, he's kind, he's understanding, and so sexy. And then she said, "Well, it's true." You go, girl.
He's like George Clooney. It took him a lot of years to fall in love and find the right
Yeah.
one. You know, so you never know. Now he's got twins, you know, and he's 60. So
Look at how young we were there.
Wow.
Look at how young.
Wow. Yeah, you guys are beautiful.
I lost a lot of weight since then.
Yeah.
Can you tell me your trick? Because I am so fat. Like,
Probably all the stress of living in these
What-
places, and
what-
a lot of things didn't go the way they should have, and but now I've been cooking a lot of Asian food, so I'm really into a lot of Chinese cooking, and Chris loves it. Now he's eating more vegetables, so
Hey, how much is a pack of cigarettes
my
there by
thing.
you? But curious.
$9.50 for Newports.
Oh, do you know how much?
Wow.
You want to know how much they are here?
How much?
$5.50.
Can I send you money? You can buy me a carton.
I'm there.
That's
Cigarettes.
not legal though.
Cigarettes are dirt fucking cheap down here.
That's one of those
It's
things.
not legal.
That's one of the things the ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms cracks down on.
Oh, so you guys can't even send me a gift in the mail?
Hey,
We have to rule the size now.
I got an idea for Tom. I just came up with a really good idea, Tom. When you come down to Branson, pick up a couple cartons of cigarettes and sell them.
Yeah, there you go.
Sell them for whatever.
No,
you-
Tom. Pick up a couple cartons and give it to your friend Tiffany
pick up a
over
carton.
here.
You should
Not
quit
the other
smoking.
Tiffany, this
You
Tiffany.
can pick up a carton of Newport down here for like, I think it was like 60, I think right now.
You should
That's
quit smoking,
crazy.
Tiffany.
I know, I need to.
I know.
You too, Chris.
Virginia, Missouri are the two lowest states.
Missouri has
cigarette tax.
one of the lowest tobacco tax state.
Yeah.
Is Tiffany Tom?
Hmm.
What's Tiffany doing? How's she doing? She on the chat?
No, she's not on the chat. I talked to her today though.
Are all these
How's she doing?
Good.
all these chats that are coming in, are they actually watching this or are they just chatting?
Yeah,
They're watching it.
Yeah.
Does
But I don't-
Tiff, what does she think about me, Tom? Does she think I'm
likes
crazy
you.
crackhead too?
No,
Oh,
she likes
really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, Tiffany's super smart.
So has Tom interviewed you?
Kinda.
No. Well, yeah,
Tom-
but I got a hold of him and I certainly didn't get paid. I'm 33 single. I'm 33 single with no kids. Oh, she's laying the back down, Tommy Tom.
Tom, you should,
I would assume she's drunk.
Tom,
Why
you
does
should
someone
interview-
have to be drunk, Tom? Come on now.
Hey, you ask, when you interview the people and you always ask them what's their favorite book and what's their favorite, you know what I mean? Their
Yeah.
favorite book. Why don't you ever ask them what their favorite beer is?
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good one.
That didn't have an answer.
They'd probably have a lot of different beers. Probably tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Because when you ask them about
Tom.
when you ask them their favorite book, I really don't think that they really even know what you're even talking about, do they?
Sometimes they do. Stephen King is.
Everybody say bye to Simca, everybody. She's
Bye, Simca.
going.
Bye,
Bye,
Simca.
Good night,
Simca.
Claudia.
So Tom, are you gonna interview me?
Yeah, I'd interview.
Let's do
interview
it now.
Right,
Come on.
right now.
Want to do it right now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Me
So
and
how
Debbie
old are
will
you?
sit back and
How old are
watch.
you?
I'm
Yeah. There you go.
I'm 47. I'll be 48 this year.
And what type jobs have you had in your life?
I've worked in restaurants. I busboy dishes, dishwasher.
Ever any substance abuse problems?
But I did smoke pot 20, 30 years ago. I did, but I've never been addicted, no. And I did drink a lot in my 20s and 30s, but never been addicted, no.
You did.
Never.
Now, your favorite childhood memory?
My parents picking me up on the weekends.
Really?
Yes.
Was that a happy ending at the end of it or not?
Well, what happened was my mom died the same year that my sister took me in.
That your sister what?
My sister, I moved in. My sister took me in when I was 13, and my mom died when I was 13. Right when I was getting out of the home.
Okay.
She got you out because your mom died.
Yeah.
So she was able to be your foster.
Right. My sister became my foster mom.
And where was the dad?
The dad was still at home.
And why didn't you go with him?
Well, when I was living in those homes, they fought. My mom fought for us kids to come home, but they wouldn't let us go home because the drinking stopped.
Gotcha. And your dad's no longer around.
No, he died in 2008. He
worked for 44 years.
My dad worked there 44 years at Ale Smith.
Okay. And would you consider that the foster care system benefited you?
I think it was a lot better then than it is today. I don't know what it's like today.
So probably today better than then.
So you were what age when you got out of there?
13.
Out of the foster care system?
13.
And do you say you don't stay in touch with your family? Is that including the sister that took you in as well?
I still speak to my sister and brother-in-law occasionally because I'm more close.
Yeah. And how was the brother-in-law during that time?
He moved us out.
Real good.
So
Mom moved us out.
you would consider that a good experience?
Yes, absolutely.
Gotcha. Well,
And I think part of the reason why I turned out so normal, I think, is because I've had people in my life. I've had good people in my life on most of my life.
gotcha. Now, are you a high school graduate?
Dropout. I was in special education.
You were.
Oh, wow.
How did that? What was the reason for that?
What, special ed?
Yeah.
Because they tested me and they found out I couldn't be in regular classes. Mental disabilities.
Yeah. Now, looking back on that, do you think that was accurate?
I think so, yeah, because I still have development. I still have development abilities today, even, yes.
You never know it by listening to you talk.
No.
You don't live with me, though.
No, that's true. What would be an example of that?
Well, I have an impulse disorder.
Meaning?
And
he buys everything he sees.
I have an impulse disorder, and I have attention deficit disorder as well.
He can't
Me
read.
too.
He cannot read even a paragraph of anything and comprehend what he
I can
read.
read, but I can't understand what I'm reading.
Right, you can't comprehend what it's saying.
Yeah,
he can't spell. He can't add two numbers together, like 12 and 18. What is it, Chris? He can't do that. You know, like we can do it in our heads. Chris cannot do that. He's got to count on his fingers or write it down. He can't add two numbers together.
And I can't write in cursive either.
He can't write in cursive.
Except my name.
Yeah. Now, do you think that has something to do with your dad's drinking?
That's hard to say.
It's hard to say. I don't know.
It seems like you made up for it pretty well. Coped.
I live with people. I've never lived alone. I lived with people all my life. I was on my own for a very short time, from 18 and for maybe a couple of years on my own. But other than that, I lived with people almost all my life.
Yeah. Now, did you lay all this on Debbie when you first met her?
Yeah, for the most part.
I felt bad for him.
Well, she kind of felt bad for me because she kind of felt bad for me.
He made me cry by his life story, and I just took him in like an abandoned puppy, like I do with puppies.
Yes.
Because I'm like that with people. Somebody's really needy, and he's so sweet, and I felt so bad for him. And I got to meet his brother, who's got the anger issues, anger management, and called the police on him because he was nuts. And I felt really bad for Chris. I thought, Jesus, this guy doesn't even have a family. He didn't know what Easter was. His mother was a nun.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
No.
my mom went to school to become a nun, but she never finished because she got married to my dad.
Yeah, so I'm Catholic, he's Catholic, and it got to be where it's like you never even celebrate Easter. So I bought him an Easter egg full of candy and stuff for like an Easter basket for him. I felt so bad for him. And he's like, I never got something like that before. I'm like, you never celebrate Easter in the state-run institutions. They don't celebrate religion. They don't celebrate anything like that.
Wow.
They
So
didn't
he
have
didn't know he
I
was
didn't have
Catholic?
anything when I was a kid. I didn't have nothing.
I said, what nationality are you? I said, LeClaire's like French or French Canadian. He says, yeah, my mom's name was Bachman. I said, that's German. He didn't know what nationalities he was.
I mean, these kids today, they get hand over foot. I mean, they get all kinds of toys. They get tablets. They get you name it.
He had to
today.
share all of his toys and those phones those years.
I didn't have nothing when I was growing up.
So I felt really bad for him because my life was totally
My
opposite.
life-
I had a normal home life.
My life was so strict. You had to be at bed at a certain time. You had to go to school at a certain time. You had to have dinner at a certain time. I mean, it was so strict when I was growing. It was it was strict, man. And if you got out of line, man, they throw you on the floor. They restrain you. I mean, it ain't no joke, man. They literally put you on your chest and they sit on your legs, man. And I struggle a lot of times. I struggle.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, they restrained me quite a bit. And I think a lot of when I was restrained, I think I did it for attention. Even though it was negative attention, I just liked the attention. You know what I mean? When I say negative,
Yeah.
it was, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, Chris, you've come a long way.
That's because I've had good people in my life. I guarantee if my sister wouldn't have took me in at 13, 18, I think my life would have been a lot different.
How's your sister now?
She's really good. My sister has lupus though.
Oh,
She's had it
I'm
for
so
7 years.
sorry.
She's good though. She's fine. And yeah, so I mean, I think I've just had a lot of good people in my life, and I think that's part of it.
Amen.
And my brother Peter resents me because of my sister and brother-in-law took me in. He's going to resent me until the day I die, and I can't change that. And I try to have a relationship with him. I try so hard. And I think, he needs to get over that.
Yeah.
Me
Well,
too.
How do you think you handle your emotions now, Chris?
I think I handle them pretty well.
But you can't cry.
I can't cry though.
Why?
Thing.
We don't know.
I don't know. I didn't even cry when my mom died. I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Tom seems like the kind of person that can't cry, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too.
It takes a lot for a guy. I mean, for women, for a woman, it's a woman can drop crying like at a drop of a hat. But men, it's a little
Heck
bit more.
yeah.
With men, it's more. I don't know. It's more struggling. I guess I don't know. You know what I mean? It's more harder for a man to cry than a woman. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, Chris, if you were going to rate your happiness level now in your life, where would you put it on a scale of 10?
I'd give it a 10 right now. I'm pretty content with my life.
You think you're lucky to have Debbie?
Oh yeah, 18 years. Hell yeah. Who wouldn't be?
Alhamdulillah.
Good for
Oh, yeah.
you.
Alhamdulillah.
I don't even drink anymore. Should I? I used to drink in my. Hell, I was when I was in my 20s and 30s, man. I was a falling drunk.
It's my turn, Tom. It's my turn to ask him a
Go
question,
ahead.
okay?
Go ahead. Let him have it. Yep.
Okay, Chris. What is your favorite thing about Debbie?
She's an awesome cook.
No, I'm talking about her as a person.
Oh, that she's highly intelligent.
Yeah, she is.
Wow.
She is.
Okay.
That ain't no joke. And I've had a lot of people say that about her.
I'll say it.
And what is the favorite part of her body that you like?
Brain.
Yeah, her brain. or I love her hair, the red.
There you go.
Chris, you got lucky.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I got very lucky. I agree.
Yes.
Debbie,
Yes.
on a scale of 10, your happiness level.
Oh boy. It's not 10.
Well,
It's not 10.
I want a lot more things. I love Chris. I'm probably always going to have him in my life. I don't know. I don't really know too much about that anymore. It's like I've been not liking living where we're living. I want to be in an apartment and then a house. I want to have my garden so I can garden, get some more puppies again.
Yeah.
To be able to retire. I'm 63 now. I'm trying hard to work on my computer to make money, so I have been able to pay for my dog's needs and things like that, and things around here that we need, plus food and stuff. But I'm not making the money I made. I graduated high school, college. I was working in underwriting. I was making really good money at Assurant Health. Blue Cross before that. I worked 35 years plus downtown Milwaukee. And I got injured when we moved out here in the back of the U-Haul. I fell. And my legs, my legs turned blue from my ankle all the way up to my mid-thigh. So I know I broke something in both my knees. I can't do stairs anymore. I can't walk as far as I used to be able to. And I can't get insurance out here.
And the other thing is that her job got outsourced to India.
Yeah, back in 2011.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was one of 600 people that got let go.
Yeah, so it wasn't good. Then they closed down the whole office. So.
Exactly.
Someone asks, what are your strengths and weaknesses as a couple?
Boy.
Well, I try to talk him out of spending his money, but he doesn't work all that good.
No, I'm bad when it just.
So that means that her strength is the financial aspect.
I save, he spends.
Yeah, she saves.
So that's her weakness, or his weakness and your strength.
My weakness is worried about Chris and what's going to happen to him if something happens to me. I mean, he's got a major separation anxiety problem too, where if he wants to go someplace, he's got to have me come along with him. And I think it's I think it's because when he was 6, he was pulled into a car with his brother. They were pulled away from home and not allowed to go back with mom and dad. And I think that's why he doesn't want to ever have me here alone. If he's got to go even to a pawn shop to go look for something, he's got to have me come along, whether I need to go, which I don't, or not.
Yeah.
He can't get into a vehicle without me. And people are like yelling at him for it because they don't understand the disability. But I'm like, it's a disability. He doesn't want to feel that way, but he can't break free of me.
Yeah.
You know,
I take medication.
I tried working. I tried looking for different jobs and things too, but he'd follow me into the interview and mess it up because he wanted me at home.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So I'm working on my computer to make money now, waiting till I'm full Social Security at 66 and 10 months for me so I can get a regular monthly income and continue working on my computer for extra money, because that's pretty much what I'm stuck doing right now.
Right.
But you know, I feel for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
So
you
Chris,
for doing that.
Yeah.
Chris, why don't you get help for that? Like see a therapist or
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
Yeah. True.
Well, I think part of it is he'd have to go by himself, and I don't know if I could go into a meeting with him and just sit there and.
that's what I was just gonna say. Why don't you do something like that? Because everything has to start from somewhere, just like with an addict, right? Like with Maddie, I was this is just an example, okay? I was trying to get her to, okay, first let's get your birth certificate, right? Then we'll get your ID. Then we'll get your nails done so you can see how it feels to get rewarded for doing something positive.
Mm-hmm.
After that, let's go to the methadone clinic. Even though if she wasn't sober yet, she can get functionable. Same thing in this situation.
Right.
You're not going to get detached right away, sweetheart. You're not.
I know.
Yeah.
But you can start making steps to get to that place. Because you're a great person, Chris.
Because I'm going to have to learn eventually, because one day Debbie's not going to be around. Then what am I going to do?
I might live longer than you.
Well, I'm just making an example. I'm just
Which
trying
I
to.
think I will.
I know. I'm just making an example of what if it. You know, I mean, that's all I'm doing.
If that does happen, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
But you know what? I hope that you guys can work on that, because you're such a beautiful couple.
Yeah.
And take it from experience that it's really tough. I had that problem with my husband for a while, where for 4 years he didn't go back to Palestine because of his situation. He couldn't, or he would have forfeited his green card.
Wow.
And
Do you know what panic attacks are and anxiety?
yes, because I had those. When he was gone, I was tripping. So I had to learn, and his son was actually like, Tiffany, my mom had to deal with him being gone for a year. My mom had to deal with him being gone for 20 days without a phone call. You're crying about a week? Really? So I had to take that step. So if I can do that, you can do that too, I promise.
Yeah, I know that. I'm going to have
You can do it. What makes you not want to do it, sweetheart? Like, what makes you not want to try it?
I don't know.
I think it's bigger for him.
Debbie, does it bother you that I call sweetheart and honey?
No, you're fine. Don't worry
He calls every woman he meets "hun" out here.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, because I don't mean it. I swear to God, I don't mean it.
I know. Oh, don't worry. I like you. You're cool. That's not a problem. But he's
Thank you,
got
Debbie.
to. I don't know if we're gonna always be together, but if we do have a house, he's welcome to live in my home. You have a relationship with somebody else if he chooses to do so. I want to have a house. It's like Chris is pretty much part of my bag and baggage, which I'm not going to dump off anywhere because he's got nobody but me, and I know that. So he'd be with me even if he's not with me. So we'll see
You're a
what
saint,
happens.
Debbie.
We'll see.
You are a saint, but let me ask you, Debbie. You say that so like nonchalantly. Do you guys see each other not staying together?
I sometimes see us not staying together. I love Chris. I care about him, but I don't know. Anything could happen to me. Anything could happen to him. He's had other relationships along the way while we were together, which caused me a lot of anger and still hostility towards some of these women. But, it's like he always comes running back to me because I'm like the safety person. I'm like that security blanket.
Yep.
And I feel like sometimes like I'm his mom. Sometimes his big sister, his best friend, but I'm not so sure that I don't see it as the love of our lives.
Yeah.
And I don't think
really.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. So you love the person, you care about that person, you're going to make sure they're happy and all right. But that doesn't mean that you're going to marry him tomorrow. It just doesn't. You just don't see that. So that's the way that is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, I respect you so much, Debbie, for your honesty.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I really love your personality. I wish that one day I could meet you and have like dinner with you or something.
I'm going to get you out to Branson someday.
Yeah.
When I have a house, so you can stay over by our house.
I guarantee you, once you come to Branson, you won't want to go back home.
That's the thing. I brought my parents out here on vacation.
I can
in the
guarantee you
90s.
that.
I brought
I
my parents here in the
guarantee
90s, and we kept coming back. And I bring them back every year. And I took them to Hawaii in 2000 for 3 weeks. They both passed away that year. So I'm so
Oh,
glad
I'm
I
so
took them on
sorry.
vacation. Oh,
Hey,
it's
Chris.
okay. Long time
Chris.
ago.
Yeah,
Do you think you've learned your lesson though, and you can be like good to Debbie?
absolutely. I've learned my lesson. I just got to not be so friendly and talk to everybody and ask so many questions and personal questions.
Yeah.
Which I do at times. I know I do. That's
So
one of
do
my
I,
biggest-
Chris. I feel you. So
no,
when was
no.
the last relationship you've had other than Debbie? Like when was the last time you've done
Well,
that?
my friend Sherry, my friend Sherry, who I've known 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was with her from '96 to 2004.
Wow.
No, 1997 to 2004. But in the beginning, we were boyfriend and girlfriend. But then we end up being really good friends and living with each other for years. Then,
Yeah, that's what we could do. We
yeah,
could do the same
exactly.
thing.
So what I mean, just because we're not in love doesn't mean we can't still care for each other and be there for each other.
We have each
Oh,
other's
so
back.
you're not, Chris. So you're not in love with her either?
I don't know. It's hard.
I don't think he knows what being in love is. I
Yeah,
really don't think he knows.
Yeah, I don't really.
He had kind of a weird crush on me when he met me, and he stalked me and followed me everywhere I went. Showed up everywhere I went. He seriously did. He showed up at my bus stop. He showed up inside my work in the lobby.
Yeah,
Several
I did.
days. He became friends with one of the security guards for my company, the Assured Health.
Chris.
The
He'd go to the mall.
biggest thing she ever did was give me her phone number. That was the biggest
That
mistake.
was the biggest mistake. I gave my phone number.
Hey, Chris.
Some could
Yeah.
say that was the biggest blessing, and I think somebody is watching. Somebody's watching themselves on YouTube because it is echoing like a MFer.
Jackie just went away.
I'd call him he called me like a million
now
times,
what?
and I'd never call him.
Chris, do you have regrets with some of this behavior?
A lot of it, yeah, I do.
Do you think
But you know what? I regret it because I wish I was normal like everybody else and could hold a 40-hour a week job.
Yeah, do you think moving forward you've changed?
I think I've come a long way, absolutely.
Well, you haven't had a girlfriend in a while, so that's kind of a good thing.
But no, I think I've come a long way in the last since.
But Karma got the one that he had in Milwaukee. She was 10 years older than me, actually 9 years older than me. So she's 72. And
oh my gosh.
she was seeing him. She wanted him to leave me for her. She was in love with Chris. She had 4 kids. And she kept trying to get him to move in with her, and he did. And then he moved back within a day because he couldn't take her that long. And then she had a stroke. She's had a stroke. And I said, that's actually karma. I hate to say it, but, this woman kept chasing him. She still calls from the nursing home now asking him to send her an engagement ring. He hasn't seen the crazy lady in 7 years,
Oh, hecky no.
No.
See, Chris, you need to stay away from them ladies that are like not all the way there. Come on, Chris.
Yeah.
In loving memory of when I gave a shit. That's really classic.
Yeah. That's Chris.
Okay, let's welcome our newcomer.
Jackie.
Because she's. Hi, Jackie. I'm
Jackie.
Tiffany. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Jackie.
Hey, Tom.
Hello, Jackie.
Hey, guys.
So, any more interview questions?
Yeah, moving forward, I asked you this earlier. You've learned your lesson. Would you expect that you would grow closer to Debbie in the future?
Yes, I think we really have grown bond. Absolutely, she's the best friend ever. Best friend ever. I don't think I could trust anybody. I would have never moved out here if it wasn't for her. Yeah. I don't think I could have trusted anybody else.
She made a comment. It's like you guys weren't exactly the love of each other's lives, but
right.
I don't think that's uncommon.
Right. It's not. Absolutely. I agree. Just because you're not in love with someone doesn't mean that you can't be friends and live with them and still be there for each other and care for them.
Right. Good.
You gotta be honest.
You do have to be honest, but at the same time, don't you guys want to find that love?
We're family regardless.
We'll always be family because he doesn't really have family. My parents passed away. My sister's in Hartford. My nieces are in Green Bay and God knows where. But yeah, that's pretty much that. I don't see them either.
So so Tom, you know what a 10-step order is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has that and anxiety and panic attacks.
Impulse. You know what an impulse disorder is?
Yeah.
Yes, that's bad. That's where I have it really bad. I never even knew I had it until I met Debbie. Debbie told me I had it. I didn't even know I had it.
So
Has it gotten better or worse?
Oh gosh.
he's just as bad. Only he pays rent. He pays the rent. So our rent here is paid. I take care of food, take care of my dog, take care of extra things that we need around here. So I do that. But if he's got 700 spending extra on top of 700 something rent, he'll blow it all and then not know what he's spending on. With me, I would have had that money in the bank. My money was in the bank. I don't do that. Like I buy only the necessities. I make sure I've got something in the bank for necessities. You know, so I don't know. Chris and I are just a little different that way. I've always been in
That's
the
okay.
It's a complicated relationship. It's very complicated.
Tom,
Yeah.
someone's asking you to ask them their question.
Yeah, what is
Go
it?
back
What's
a
the
couple
question?
ones. I don't know. I just seen them say, Tom,
So
ask
read
them
it.
my question.
What
do you
is
have
it, Rita?
tonight, Jackie?
What
It
is
was
it,
from
Rita?
Rita.
What was that, Chris?
What are you having tonight?
What's the question, Rita? We'll ask it. Oh, Catherine, yeah. I'll ask it. Type it out.
How's the weather there tonight?
Wonderful. Oh, it was a beautiful day.
80s?
No, 70s, which is perfect for me.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
That's pretty nice.
Did you mess with that GoPro today, Jackie?
I did not. I'm on new blood pressure medication. I haven't been on any blood pressure medication for years.
Which one?
I'd have to go look at the bottle.
Lizartan?
It's just like putting me like I'm exhausted.
Try and get on Bistolic.
Okay.
But you're going to have to fail a couple cheaper drugs first. It's about ready to go generic.
Cool. Well, I'm only on 10 milligrams, and it shouldn't be a big deal. My blood pressure was so high when I went to the doctor. That it was like 168 over 114.
Yeah, it's high.
We have
And I didn't have any pain that day. Usually they always count it off as my pain level, but I didn't have a lot of pain that day. So
we have a place here called Faith Community Health, and it's for people that don't have insurance. You walk in and you pay like $35.
No, $35.
You pay $35 for 1 year, and all your prescriptions are $10 after that.
A month.
A month.
Hey, Chris, Rita wants to ask, do you think your disabilities contribute to your behavior that you exhibit with Debbie?
You got to answer that.
I don't know.
I would say yes.
Okay. But a lot of people believe that I use it as a crutch.
The people that don't like it.
I don't think you do that. And yeah, I am okay, sweetheart. I was just coughing. I got a cold.
Because
That's why I was trying not to sing so
I think
much.
I think I'm a lot brighter and a lot smarter than what I project.
Yeah.
In me as a person, I know that. And there's nothing. And I should never let anyone tell me I can never do anything, because I can do anything I ever want in this world. And I should.
Yes, you can.
But they should not tell you that you do not have disabilities and you shouldn't be getting money because you're not disabled when you are.
Right.
They don't live with you. They don't see what you
Physically,
have.
I'm not disabled. Just up here. That's all.
And that's something to work with. You can't help that.
Oh, yeah.
To work on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you ever try to get Social Security disability?
He does get.
Are you talking about Debbie or me?
You.
I've been on it since I was 17.
Oh, good. Gotcha.
He gets from his mother. He gets the survivor benefits.
I get
He gets his father's for 44 years to work, so he's getting a really nice sum of money.
I get $14.52.
Good for you.
My brother Peter gets the same.
So you hear that echo too, David?
Yeah, we hear the echo.
My brother Peter gets that.
It's bad.
Yeah, hold on. Let me check something.
By the way, you guys, my kids are not in the same room with me.
See, it's on
No,
Jackie's.
it's not fine. I really do have to. Chris,
That's
honest
Jackie.
to God.
How old are your
comments
kids,
that-
by the way?
My youngest one's 7.
Oh,
But my oldest one's 23.
okay.
Woo. You look
So
too
the
young to have
7.
a 23-year-old?
He's
You
my
look way.
stepson, but I don't like
Okay,
to
I
say
was
that
gonna
he's
say.
my stepson. I don't like to say that, but
I was gonna
you
say, there's
know,
no way you're gonna have a 23-year-old child. You're too young.
my oldest biological son is 15.
Wow, you don't look old enough
Go
to have a
pee-pee?
15-year-old either.
Oh
So
wow, how old do I look?
Go pee-pee?
you look like your late 20s. You know,
Oh my
early
gosh,
30s.
thank you. That's because you don't see my teeth, okay?
That can be fixed, so don't worry about that.
Yes, it can. I'm
Yes.
32.
So you look very good for your age.
You're still a baby.
You are
Thank you
still a
so
baby.
much, you guys. Thank you so much.
Really?
I'm 63. Trust me, you're a baby.
Yeah.
I've been, to be honest, I've been having big insecurities about my teeth and my weight and my being
I've seen,
ugly,
I've
No,
seen
you're
people.
not ugly. You're a pretty girl.
I've
Don't
seen-
ever let anybody tell you that.
I've seen people that are in their 30s here that look like they're in their 50s here. So don't feel bad.
You're very attractive. Don't let anybody tell you you're not. If somebody's
Oh,
telling you
thank
you're
you.
ugly, cut them loose. Anybody who says negative things about you, cut them loose.
Yep.
You don't need the
Well,
negativity in life.
and thank you. I appreciate that. But I don't think I'm ugly. You know what I mean?
How,
But
how do you afford to smoke cigarettes being that expensive down there?
I don't. My husband buys them.
Oh, hey man, that's insane. $9.50 a pack, man. That's crazy.
Oh boy, I tell you. But you're doing
But yeah,
good.
Debbie, I don't feel like I'm ugly. I just feel ugly on the inside. But I know I'm a good person. You get what I'm saying?
You're a very sweet person. This whole conversation, you've not had a single negative thought to anybody about anything. You're a very positive person and a very friendly,
Thank
nice
you.
person. So don't
Thank you.
let anybody tell you that. There's nothing negative about you. You're a good person. If you want to lose
Thank
weight,
you.
that's possible. That's not something you're stuck with for life. I lost a little weight. You can lose some weight. It's not a problem. If somebody ever says you're not attractive, say, well, guess what? I can lose weight, but you can't take that whatever attitude you have away. You're stuck
Actually,
with that.
girlfriend, I made a snap thing like that earlier because I got so mad at that Sharon lady.
Well,
She
that makes you
she
feel
called
good,
this
though, doesn't it?
girl, she called this a towel on my head. She's like,
Is
that
Daisy in
towel
bed
on
already?
your head.
Oh, jeez.
I was
Is
like,
Daisy in bed already?
No,
racist
she
much?
just went outside. Yeah.
She might live way out in the boondocks. We came from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is very diverse. So we meet people of all different religions, all different nationalities, all different everythings. And then we came out here to Branson. We find out that it's quite a bit racist because it's a small backwater type of area, more like it's right at the border of Arkansas. And people's attitudes here just drive me nuts. It's like the way they think is not the way they should think.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
women here who think that men are like their lord and ruler, and that totally pisses me off. I graduated high school and college. I worked my butt off. I worked 2 jobs, and it's like I didn't ever look at that. I never looked to get married or have a boyfriend or anything, because I was too busy working, and I liked having the money and putting it away and having a future. Doing
Right.
things with family. I don't know, just that attitude that women shouldn't get paid what men get paid. Women today are supporting their kids a lot more than
Okay.
they did back then.
All right, Tom.
That's
now
true.
Now you can interview Debbie now.
He already kind of did.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Go for it, Tom.
Debbie,
I want to hear what you have to
Yes,
say.
Tom.
Go for it. I want to hear this.
now,
Thank you, Trinity.
the type jobs you had in your life, you already spelled out. You already answered that. But I want to get right to the cut to the chase. Your
The
favorite
nitty
job.
gritty. The
My
nitty gritty,
favorite
Debbie.
job. Well, my favorite job. I've had so many favorite jobs.
No,
My
favorite childhood memory.
my favorite childhood memory. God, I've had so many favorite childhood memories too. Well, spending time with my family when I was growing up. So we were all together for Christmas and things, Christmas and Thanksgivings and Easters, and I don't have any one specific favorite memory. I think probably when I took my mom to Hawaii the first time. She always wanted to go, and I wasn't a child anymore. I was already a little bit older because it was 1996 the first time I took her. And she always wanted to go, and I was able to fulfill that dream for her, which made me so happy. But no, I can't think of anything more than that,
Were you married before?
No. I've always been single, working. I lived with my folks, till they died.
Well, really? How long ago was that?
They died in 2000.
Wow.
I took them for 3 weeks to Hawaii, and they passed away within 5 months of that trip. Both of them. My mom died.
Glad you got them out there.
My mom died 3 months after the trip. My dad died 2 months after her. So that was a hard year, but I was so grateful for having taken them on that vacation. You know.
Any brothers and sisters?
What?
Any brothers and sisters?
I've got one sister who's 10 years older than me. She got married when I was 8, so we're kind of like not too close. We were born 10 years apart in 3 days. So I was born on the 4th of February. She was born on the 7th of February, but she's bossy. She's older than me, 10 years older. We're both Aquarians. So we both think we know everything. And you can't have someone like that. It's impossible. Because we both know more than the other one knows. But yeah, that's kind of how life is. My sister's got a daughter who's now 51. Or no, I'm 52. And I've got a great niece who's 38. Or no, 33. Yeah, she's 33.
Oh, wow.
So,
my age.
Yeah, she was my littlest baby, my little great niece. I took care of her when she was little. But now she's with CNA, so she's doing really good. She's living in Green Bay, going to all the Packer games, and she's happy as whatever. I can't stand the cold Wisconsin. So. But that's that. I've got an aunt that's still alive. She's 95, going on 96.
Wow.
Got an uncle that's 90. He's still alive. So I could outlive Chris. It's a possibility.
Yeah, it's true. Your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. Oh God. What is my favorite? I have to say Gone with the Wind. Although I love so many of the older films. I love everything Shirley Temple ever did. Those are great movies. I've been running around singing Good Ship Lollipop the last couple of days, driving everybody nuts. But I loved her when she was little. Those were good movies.
Favorite book?
Story. Favorite book. Okay, I liked the latest book that I liked was The Shack. That was a great book. Although I love everything Stephen King, I love everything by Kathleen Woodiwiss, I love everything by James Michener. So I read a lot. I was reading 3 to 4 books a week, so I love to read.
Wow.
And where did you go to college?
I went to Milwaukee Area Technical College to do secretarial studies and office machine repairs. So I did both of those things while I was there.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Back in the day. When we were kids.
Right.
You know, that was something.
So if you were betting, how do you see the
Good
future?
night, Catherine.
How do I see the future? Well, I see the future being able to get the house I want, waiting off on my Social Security until it gets to a high enough number, maybe working out of my house on a phone line, because some of them are paying like $25, $26 an hour and up now. So it's like I could do something like that and get my Social Security and just enjoy myself in my house, do gardening, get some more puppies. I love to garden. I used to have like 30 some tomato and pepper plants on my deck in Milwaukee, and I miss that. My grandparents were farmers, and I inherited some of that. You know, I want to see things grow and feed people. So we'll see. That'll be fun. If I had a lot of excess vegetables, I'd be able to give it to some of our organizations here that give to the homeless, which I'd like to do, grow extra tomatoes and things for them, which would be fun. But that's all a little whiles off yet, but I've got to get there. That's just good.
How were you able to lose that weight?
I'm taking his chair. I'm stealing his chair. You gotta sit on the bed now, honey. I'm over here now.
Debbie.
Yes.
Can I interrupt you for 1 minute, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Tom.
Yeah.
I just got a private message from a lady named Sharon. Can I read it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I really wish people would leave my name out of their cocksuckers. I never said anything about a towel being on her head. I said that she is bald and she is representing the wrong religion. You people are stuck up SG's cancer ass and pussy hole because of her cancer. I'm done talking about her cancer or whether or not she has cancer. Excuse me, everybody, because listen, I would never use this word, but this word is in the message. So I have, Ali is the Nigger cocksucker. He started all of this shit. I'm done.
No, Sharon just came up here about 3 minutes ago, and she was thinking I wouldn't have approved her, and I would have. Because even though I don't get along with Sharon, I think she deserves a chance to rebut whatever she's been accused of orchestrating.
Yeah.
And even
Well,
though I don't get
listen,
along,
I got the thing of her saying the towel on my head.
Debbie's really getting into that.
are
Yeah.
you sure it was the real Sharon?
Oh, I'm positive it was a Snapchat. It was her face saying it.
I would ban her.
Like
You would, Debbie?
it was.
I would cut her out and ban her. That's horrible.
Oh, now listen, this person that sent that message. No, I'm not sure it's the real Sharon. I don't even know how this stuff works.
Yeah. That's
How did she
And she was talking about SG and cancer and all that stuff. I don't know what
That's inconsiderate,
that.
regardless of what she's.
Look at this, Tiffany.
What?
Rita doesn't think it's Sharon.
No.
I don't either.
Well, that's how I got booted out, was trying to look at that message.
How did they private message you through a email?
Through this Snap thing, the StreamYard.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. How?
I don't know. Let me show you. I took a picture of it with my other phone just now. Hold
Who are
on.
you talking to?
A chat in StreamYard. And I didn't think it was her either, because she wouldn't do that, because she would know she'd be called out. But that's how I got booted the last time, was trying to read that chat.
Well, she could have came on here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She just had to click on the StreamYard, but I don't think it was her.
You know, Jackie?
No.
Jackie, your volume's a little low.
You see it?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah. Jackie, close your YouTube tab.
I thought I did. I really tried. Is it me?
Who are you talking to? Chris. Who are you talking to? Well.
I don't know if it was or not. No, I think Rita's right. I think Rita's right, Tiffany.
I don't know, but that shit.
That was not good. You have to find out who is impersonating her, and how can you do that? How can you find out who
You
that
can't.
is?
Yeah, you can't.
What's the purpose of that? Just to make somebody's day bad?
Feel bad, starting trouble.
Okay. Listen to this, you guys. Listen.
Apparently, the lady that wears the towel on her head but says she's not Muslim.
You guys heard that, right?
Yes.
Attention, Tiffany, the lady that wears the towel on her head but says she's not Muslim.
Scarf, whatever it's called. Okay, quit your. First of all, you are too big for your britches, lady. You are constantly being a bitch, okay? I've heard you and seen you lie about me. This bitch, hello everybody, this lying bitch ain't never came in my comments and cussed me out like she likes to say. Liar, liar, just like your friend. I'm seeing the similarities of why your friendship was just so great. You know, Maddie was basically a substance abuse counselor and led this chick by the hand to rehab.
Yeah, Tiffany.
What?
Yeah, Blockham is right. Don't even play that dumb crazy asses stuff. You're right. That's her.
And to be honest with you, I just wanted to show you, just in case she deletes it, because people like to do that, because that was a racist comment.
Yes, it was.
To say that towel on your head, that was very racist. So I could imagine her using the
Kelly.
N-word too.
Take over. He needs to.
You know,
wants you to show him real quick. Take over.
like if she would seriously come on here and call me, say about the towel on my head, she
Yeah.
would say the N-word too. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I do.
Like it's all racist, you know.
Yeah.
So
What's going on? Someone causing problems again while I'm gone? While I'm gone now?
Yep.
It's all my fault, right?
That's right.
Rita said there are many Tiffany's. Yeah, but honey, I'm the only one with the scarf.
Yeah, that's you go, girl.
So she couldn't be talking, and I'm the only one with the messed up teeth. The only one that's friends with Maddie. The only one that's childhood friend with her. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, she's talking to a neighbor, one of our neighbors, and his doctor wants to put him on a pain patch, and he doesn't know if he wants to try it or not. So I don't know.
oh, I hope
what kind
you
of
know
pain?
what? Yeah, I
So-
was just gonna ask that.
What kind of
Debbie-
pain?
So Debbie's out there talking to him about it and asking him if she thinks it's okay for him to use it, try it.
What kinds of pain? What kind of from what?
Pain patch? You mean?
Yeah, but what's he got pain from?
Oh, bad back. He has a really bad back. He's an older gentleman.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
So
Gotcha.
Yeah. where's
look, you
everybody?
guys.
It's been just all three of us most of the evening. Where's everybody tonight?
Yeah, people are reluctant to come on. A lot of 83 people watching though.
Damn.
You guys see Buster?
Yeah.
Well, it is Friday night. People are out partying tonight. Probably.
Friday's a bad night for chats usually.
Oh, it is. People are probably out in the bars having fun, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. During the week, it's not so bad, right?
The
No.
troll clicks the link copy. I mean, saying that about you coming on our chat.
Hey, you
In
should give me your
person or
number. Hey, you should give me your number. I can call you once in a while. We can chat.
Who?
Me and Debbie, or we can all chat sometime.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You can get it from Tom if you want. I don't mind.
I can give it
Ask
to
Tom. I love to chat.
'Cause I wouldn't know any other way to get a hold of you except on here. See, I don't know when I would ever speak to you again.
Yeah, no, you and Debbie can definitely call me. I would not mind at all. I'm a
Yeah.
stay-at-home mom, so and thank you God that I've been able to do that, you know. But I get so bored. Like
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I was volunteering and doing stuff like that, but when Corona hit, it was like everything's just now coming back. But Rita, just to answer you, um, she is
So,
talking about me with that too, which I don't care because she's right. What happened is I went and I did cuss her out on her chat,
so
but
what's
then
your
I
number?
turned her.
What's your number then? I can put in my phone.
I'll
Oh,
give it
I'm
to you.
not.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I
Chris,
don't want to.
text me. I'll text it to you.
Yeah, please.
What's your? I
But
forgot your number, Tom.
Email me. I'll give you my email and then I'll do it.
Tom Reed.
Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow.
But yeah, so that was about me because I did tell Maddie that, but I deleted it because I was like, you know what? I don't need everybody cussing me out and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
yes, I do have a YouTube channel. What is it, Tom?
Tiffany Helvassi.
But anyway,
Oh, Tiffany H. Tiffany H.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pack this up, you guys. So you guys have a great night and a great weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna sign off here too. Have a good night. Great talking to you two. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, and I'll email you.
You're lucky
Okay.
to have Debbie.
You bet. Thank
Yes,
you guys.
you are.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
You bet. Bye.
What are you gonna do, Tom?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off. Go to bed. I'll give you a call tomorrow. He's a nice guy,
Okay.
Chris and Debbie. They're a nice couple.
Oh, I can tell. I got a question to ask you. Who's Kenzie?
You know, I don't know.
Because Trinity just said somebody said something about it being Kenzie, and I have heard a lot about Kenzie. And to be honest, I don't know if Sharon would go on a private chat. I think she'd say it. Look what she said on a freaking Snapchat. She was not scared to say that racist ass comment about my towel on my head. So I doubt she gonna say something on a private, right?
Right.
So okay, all right. Well, I'll sign off here too.
All right. You have a good night, Tiffany. It was great having you on. Thank you.
You too, sweetie. Thank you for letting me on, and thank you everybody for your nice stuff.
Yeah,
I'll
you
read
guys
it
have a
all.
good night. Yep. Good night, Casey, Rita, everybody else out there. Thank you. It was fun.
Yep.
Impromptu chats. I never plan them ahead of time. This was a good time. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and hey, give Daisy kisses for me.
I sure will.
Okay,
Dave, good
bye.
luck tomorrow scuba diving. See you, Cindy. Bye, Faye. See you, Frisky. Bye, Michael. See you, Mark. Take care, you guys.
Assalamu alaikum.